my charisma. Vodka with a spritzer, swagger down pat, call my shit Patricia. Young money militia, and I am the commissioner. You know won't start Weezy cause the F is for finisher. So misunderstood, but what's a world without enigma? Two bitches at the same time, synchronized swimmers. Got the girl twisted cause she open when you twist her. Never met the bitch, but I fuck her like I missed her. Life is the bitch, and death is her sister. Sleep is the cousin, what a fucking family picture. You know Father Time, and we all know Mother Nature. It's all in the family, but I am of no relation. No matter who's buying, I'm a celebration. Black and white diamonds, fuck segregation. Fuck that shit, my money up. You niggas just honey nut. Young money running shit, you niggas just runner ups. I don't feel I done enough, so I'ma keep on doing this shit. Lil Tunchi, a young tuna fish.
Oh, man. Isn't it great? Isn't it great? You're alive. You're here again. You're feeling good. You're feeling amazing. It's Boxing Day for some. To others, it's just another day off work. Hello. How are you all? It's been a while. I disappeared, but I disappeared for good reason. It's because it was Christmas time. Why would I demean myself from working on videos and trying to shuffle through to get your attention while you abandon your family members or have to deal with the random questions you don't want to answer because your family wants to be in your business all day. I didn't have to deal with any of that because as soon as I got annoyed, you know what I did? Hung up the phone. Oh, how was your Christmas? Oh, my Christmas was fun. You know what I did? You wanna know what I did? You wanna know what I did for Christmas? I went to go watch Sonic again because AMC was open. And I'm like, is it open or is it like open only on the phone, but you go there and the door's like, no, it was open. And I'm like, what y'all doing here? What you mean we open? I'm like, all right. Chicken tenders in a large cup for my icy, please. And I was like, okay, all right. I went and watched Sonic again. I ain't gonna lie, when I first watched it, when Live and Learn came on, it felt right. It felt right. It was an amazing movie, but more importantly, the addiction has come to pass again. Oh. And I had to partake in the fun of Ultimate Team. Could you imagine? Listen. Could you imagine me wasting my time hanging out with family that I don't know or don't like when I could have been huddled up next to a campfire? Not a campfire, but like the what's it called? Chimney? No, fireplace. That's what it is when it's indoors. It's a fireplace. I'm cozied up in my little fireplace. I got I got my blanket on. I got me some Swiss Miss, the only type of hot chocolate anybody should consume. If you don't consume that, you actually might be a terrorist. I just had to, man. I had to partake in the Ultimate Team. But I hope everybody had a good yesterday, whether if you viewed it as Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, or just another Wednesday. Somebody got mad at me because I added Kwanzaa into that. And I'm like, fuck you. I'm sorry that you think everybody's supposed to care about what you care about, but the unfortunate part is people got their ways about them, buddy. That's just how it is. Morning nut. Probably shouldn't say that out loud, but you know. I think you know what's crazy? There was a part of my mind, like there was a part of me, I'm chewing gum, don't worry. There was a part of me that wanted to make a video yesterday, or at least like have one ready to be uploaded yesterday, but I didn't do it. And I just made it a community note because like I feel like it would just been not a waste of time, but I'd just rather relax. and not really worry about stressing myself over. It's Christmas. The fuck would I be bothering myself to do? You know, I felt good yesterday. I felt emboldened because it's like, fuck, who could stop me from spreading positivity? And you know what the sick part is? Somebody left a comment. I don't know who it was. When I was saying this, and motherfucker was just like, oh, I hate the fact that they, don't ask me who this they is, have taken Christ out of Christmas. And I just immediately thought to myself, you are stupid. They didn't take Christ out of Christmas. You took Christ out of Christmas. It's like whatever somebody else doing that has nothing to do with you, you let that affect you, you're just a sad fuck. You're always going to be a sad fuck. You see the outside world doing something and it negatively affects how you choose to operate. Shame on you. Shame on you and how you choose to go about life. But I won't lie. I did take a significant portion of my time relaxing. And, you know, I thought to myself, what could be something I could come back to in terms of like either rewarding or punishing myself for not streaming for I think like 4 days. I pissed myself off with AndyPants. You know, the culturally relevant gamer who's affected all of our lives for the better and hasn't been a nuisance to our worldview and how we operate and go about life. That's a good way to go, isn't it? Isn't that a wonderful way to go? And just be excited because it's AndyPants. AndyPants, the great fucking hero of the nation that it's meant for all of us to fucking stomach and enjoy. I think that's a good way to go. I'm gonna give me some chips first. Fuck this dude. I need a relaxer. I've returned with all my stuff. I might just say fuck this entire thing and just start talking about the Sonic movie just for my own benefit because it's more palatable for me to enjoy the Sonic movie. It's just like it's a Sonic movie. You can't go wrong with a fucking Sonic movie. It's a Sonic. I mean, you can go wrong with it. That fucking first design they had was a way you could go wrong with it, but it was just such a good fucking movie. I just hate the fact that I live on a planet with humans who also were in the movie theater who wanted to enjoy the movie too. Fuck, I might just start renting out rooms in a movie theater just so I can fucking watch this shit by myself. Fucking hate people. All right, stop bullshitting. No, I don't need subtitles. If I fucking play this mission and these fuckers, you know what? Fuck this. I'm playing Marvel Rivals. I don't want to fucking waste my time and be hurt by you fucking people. Jeff, I'm all over the place and I love it. I love the fact that I'm all over the place with my streams. That's the benefit of me streaming. I can enjoy myself with the wonders of the world and what they bring to me and all the stupid shit that they come with. All right. 1.5 speed me. Fucking okay. Let's just learn about AndyPants.
AndyPants Gaming is a video essay channel who made.
Oh, I'm already fucking annoyed. His existence just fucking upsets me. It's just a guy. I can't stomach having to fucking hear the opinions of people unwarranted without my say-so. This is why I'm not a proponent of free speech.
Retrospective pieces about video games and other content, explaining why certain games went up to scratch. However, he recently saw a rise in popularity on his channel, which has led to him leaning more into the anti-woke slop that we all know and love, where the aim of the game is to get ahead of the competition and talk on subjects before properly reviewing and researching the topics, along with presenting a lack of care for what is true versus what is profitable, crafting these narratives to validate the popular opinion rather than showing a desire to find out the truth within these stories, which has led...
Because the truth doesn't matter. This is why all of these motherfuckers are scrambling over backwards to say insert game here is woke when all we have to go on is a trailer. Now, you can not like the trailer. I'm not going to sit here and say you need to enjoy every single thing that comes out into the ether, but screaming from the rooftops that everything is woke and you have next to nothing to base it off of, it gets old after the first 10 seconds.
Led others to brand these creators as grifters. The consensus surrounding Andy is that he is a grifter, someone who doesn't believe in what he says, that his dislike for the unlike is just for show, that he isn't or hasn't been religious at all, and was all just used as a way to buy into the algorithm. And from a surface level that may look to be the case, however, from what I have seen, I don't think it's quite as simple as a grift for the views or the ad revenue, but something else entirely. So join me as we dive deep into the overzealous history of AndyPants Gaming, combing through the known and unknown aspects of his digital footprint.
When we joined the Covenant Discord server, we made a promise that we would always be based and never be cringe. Nobody here wants to be a beta cuck like Jerry.
Fuck you, asshole.
But apparently, some rat bastards haven't been keeping that promise and have been posting nothing but cringe in the server.
Andy has been around since 2006, however the earliest record of Andy's beginnings in content creation had begun in 2017, where he had created some videos showcasing other people's speeches in relation to Christianity on Vimeo, with the visual side comprising of simplistic animations that look reminiscent of the infographic show on YouTube. However, one of these videos had showcased a young woman's story, and how she came to be within the care of an organization that seeks to protect at-risk people, with the video serving to promote their agency, which is certainly
Oh my God, where the fuck is my team? Why did we just let 5 motherfuckers bush me? What the fuck? Why was I the only one on the fucking front line, you pussies? Help!
than the type of content Andy specializes in these days.
Now for the rest of you, straight dudes, Giga Chads, can we talk? Why are video games...
Bro, there's no individual that talks like this normally, bro. Like, I'm sorry, no, Nuclear, you might be a loser. Do you talk like this? Oh my God, you Giga Chads, you based memers. Like, anyone who talks like this, I just have it in my mind to think, you're a sex trafficker. Like, no one talks like this. I think it's douchey when you do it online where this is supposed to be your little safe space to be a loser. But Jesus, it's just yuck. When I hear this level of speak, it just upsets my core being.
Gay now.
Over these years, Andy had created a dozen or so accounts across YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok.
Where the fuck is my team? Get your asses! You know
which
what?
certainly created conflicts between him and other people online. But Andy had played the game of semantics to contest others' interpretations of the Bible's teachings, which has led to many of his accounts being suspended or banned due to his overzealous nature. However, when one account got banned, Andy would just make another one, and another, and another, and another. It didn't matter how many times this happened, Andy continued to be persistent over the years. But on Twitter, Andy had made a few alt accounts on there too, such as his Herptown account, where he had uploaded a picture of his face to try and get an own on someone. The other accounts are as follows: Andrew Series X, AndyPants Games, and Pants Tweets. However, similar to his TikTok accounts, his Pants Tweets account had been suspended for unknown reasons.
Can I just say, because the Bible got brought up, every woman that is a conservative, I drastically be wanting them to shut the fuck up. I saw this literally 2 hours ago. There's a Bible verse that essentially motherfuckers use as a way to own liberals, yet they don't see that as getting owned on these conservative women, because the gimmick is for them to shut the fuck up. I'm paraphrasing what this motherfucker pulled out the Bible. It was like, oh, let's all crack open our Bibles and read this verse, which, and I'm paraphrasing, is telling women to shut the fuck up and make babies. And I'm just sitting there listening to this motherfucker say it, and he's using it as a way to own liberal women. I'm sitting here like, why the fuck these conservative women don't shut the fuck up then? Why the fuck are they still talking? They don't need to be talking. Face down, ass up. Make this shit happen.
However, when somebody said goodbye to the Xbox fanboy, as they called him, Andy had replied on his old account, pretending to be someone else. However, in 2021, Andy had tweeted about getting marketing notifications from DoorDash, but when he didn't get a reply from them, he decided to reply to his own tweet with this. Now, Andrew, that doesn't sound very Christian of you, but in the same year...
Oh, and this was in 2021. This is when it was supposed to be political correctness, but motherfuckers want to run around and, be mean to one another. That's not good. No. Listen, as somebody who has to fucking travel to see all of his fucking friends, Jesus Christ, can people stop replying to their own tweets thinking that they're going to get anywhere? My sister says hello. Why? Why are you saying hello to me? What is your purpose of being nice? Yuck. Gross. I'm the Grinch whose heart shrinks every time you people attempt to be nice to me. It's killing me. And you should be ashamed, you should be aware, and you should recognize that I am truly a cantankerous asshole.
Andrew had started a podcast.
I guess conservative women don't count. I mean, the amount of times they bitch, they think they fucking count, but fuck, I get tired of hearing them. Oh my God, I can't use, oh yeah, I'm rusty. I haven't played Marvel's Rivals in I don't know how long. I'm rusty.
Cast on Spotify known as You Can't Say That in Church, where he and his co-host had talked on various different topics ranging from romance and dating in the church, all the way to which government Christians should support. And I just love the title, Jesus versus Stalin versus Hitler. Sounds like something I'd see in Death Battle. But there are some noteworthy titles that will come up again in the future, with those being Has the Church Become Soft? And What is the Masculinity Crisis? But as one chapter ends, another must begin, as Andy in 2022 had made his Xbox gaming channel known as Andy Xbox, where he would promote and tell his audience how good Xbox is compared to PlayStation.
Oh, this dude's gay. Like, look, console wars don't have the same stink as they did back in like mid 2000s. I'll even give you like early 2010s. Bro, nobody cares. Normal gamers are just like, hey, majority of these games are all on the same console. Some of them have an exclusive that I favor more. Or I have the patience to wait like 1 or 2 years for it to be on PC. That's literally it. Console wars mean nothing. Why don't they mean anything? It's because niggas just like playing their games, bro. I know motherfuckers who fight tooth and nail to complain about games can't fathom that shit, but bros, people still love games. People still love what games bring into the space. I'm playing a fucking Overwatch clone that's better than Overwatch. Why? Fucking love games. Oh, but what about the woke game? Cut your leg off and piss on it. I'm not worried about that shit. I'm worried about the game being fun for me. I'm not worried about you fucking losers who can't make a fucking game but bitching about every game. You losers don't know how to fucking have fun with nothing. I'm almost certain I can find motherfuckers complaining about the fucking Sonic movie. Matter of fact, I ain't even got to. They got a bitch complaining about the Sonic movie. Talk about who the fuck is funding the Sonic movie. Bitch, me. Y'all need to worry about some shit that's safe. Y'all need to fuck with some shit that's safe, not the shit that's unsafe. That shit that's unsafe gonna get y'all in trouble.
Hey there, kitten. Not gonna lie, there's a beta out here who went to sleep after hugging Daddy's car a little too hard.
What the fuck am I listening to? What game is this?
Now, some simps out there might call Daddy a criminal, but you know what the Bible says about this? Revelation 4:20. I am Alpha and Sigma, the Chud and the Chad. I will shill unto him who is thirsty as fuck, the gamer girl bathwater of life. Now, I don't know what all that means.
I literally just got an Xbox Series X for Christmas. Bro, I got a GameCube for Christmas. I'm saying that like somebody gifted me that. Bitch, I went and bought that. I got the Shark Tale video game, both the Sonic Adventure games, Mario Kart Double Dash, Simpsons Hit and Run is next. Simpsons Hit and Run is next. Bro, for Christmas, I got my childhood back. That's all I fucking wanted.
It sounds like a bunch of cap.
While Andy had been making his Xbox-related content on YouTube, it had been a very different story on TikTok, where Andy continued to play the game of Bible semantics, acting as the authority on what the teachings of the Bible are, where we get to more of the roots of his current personality, where he responds to people in bad faith, taking other people's examples to the extreme.
Rather than address what I've said, you take one component of it out of context and miss.
I ain't gonna lie, anybody who uses the Bible to distract from the fact that they're a shitty human being, just come visit me. Speaking of which, fuck it, it might get me banned. It might get me banned on Twitch. See me in CB25. If you're not playing Ultimate Team, I don't want to hear it. That's the only thing I'm playing. It's not up for conversation. I only play Ultimate Team and Road to Glory, buddy. Where is it? Where is it? Okay. Found it. Oh, this is a very interesting image, considering. Oh, great. Jesus is the reason for the season.
I am a big fan of...
Nope, that's not it. 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 Ah, this is it. So, the reason why I hate these Bible thumping motherfuckers is because they're all wildly inconsistent and they spew hatred every chance and everywhere they go. How's the football game gambling been? If I'm still here in like 3 hours, I'll answer that question, which I feel like I will because I haven't streamed in 3 days, so it's time to crank a long one out. But if anyone wanted to know, I told y'all 1,000 hours. I gotta look at the bottom right corner. 1,008 hours. We've been at this, I believe, since June or July, whenever this game came out. I love the game, baby. Majority of that has been Ultimate Team with a little bit of it has been Road to Glory, but I won't lie. Majority of it has been the Ultimate Team. But this bitch going to hell, bro. This bitch going to hell. And you know, there was a great tweet by this amazing like tweeter user. Is that what they call him? Tweeter user? Tweeter user? Is that it? I think that's it. Where's my tweet? What the fuck? What happened to my oh. I got it. So, I, being the individual who I am in this world, I often see shit that irks my soul. And it irks my soul because people don't know how to shut the fuck up or actually be consistent in their beliefs with anything. They really just know how to bitch. And the thing about bitching is that you can do it. There's no criteria or set rule to say you can't bitch. The problem becomes when y'all bitch in an inconsistent manner, and I have to observe that. I don't want to observe your bitching that's inconsistent. And let's see, how far can I get away with this?
You know what I am sick and tired of?
So look, she goes on for like 44 seconds just hurling that slur out. Just like hurling it. And I don't know if this is true, but you know what? I'm a fan of propaganda when it benefits me, just like how everyone else is a fan of propaganda when it benefits them. Word on the street is the reason she act like this primarily it's because it's because apparently her fiance left her for a gay man. And look, probably not even true, but a damn is what I can't find to give y'all. I'm perfectly comfortable spewing non-true statements and sentiments. Fuck, everybody else get to do it and have fun. It's my turn. Hurling slurs should be a mini game. That is like a mini game suited for GTA 4 specifically. Now look, I'm gonna say it again. I don't necessarily know if that's true, but it's fun to say out loud, and it would explain a lot. It would explain a lot. Like, you got like deep-seated, deep-rooted fucking hatred for the gays everywhere you go, bro. It's just not natural. It's just not normal. And there's that fucking shark. I'm popping my out. I'm popping out. That shark gonna die. I'm popping out. I'm popping out. Fuck Jeff. Fuck Jeff. Fuck everybody that's a fan of Jeff. Fuck Jeff. Fuck his fan base. Fuck all of them. Fuck Jeff. Fuck everybody that's a fan of Jeff on Pyru. Fuck Jeff. Fuck everybody that's a fan of Jeff. Fuck the squirrel. Just because the squirrel stared me right in the face. Nobody told you stand next to me. Fuck that. Fuck that shark. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That shark need to go. I mean, it do. And I'm glad I soloed it myself. Even though, like, the last time I played this damn game on stream, everybody wanted to act like I didn't do it. Fucking liars. Now you see me do it again. Why? Because you know what I am. You know what I hold dear in this fucking world. So she busts out all them slurs. And I, being the Twitter user that I love being, I just took quotes from the Bible that automatically contradict anything any of these motherfuckers be saying, because they all talk that bullshit about, oh, we need to be loving, we need to be accepting, and rada, 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 rada. They're all hateful. They're all hateful. They're all hateful people. They're not normal. I just pulled not all, but Bible verses that specifically talk down and don't condone hate. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth. And never let ugly or hateful words come out of your mouth. You're going to hell. Melanie is going to hell. All of these conservative YouTubers who quote the Bible as their defense for their shitty behavior, they're going to hell. They're coming with me. They're coming with me. We're all gonna be having picnics with the devil. The bitch was already going to hell for them tattoos. You know what the Bible say about tattoos? Don't do it. Not what it says word for word, but you get it. Don't do it. It's bad. Doing that's wrong. Never ink thine body. And you're foolish. She was already going to hell. This just solidified it. But that's my spiel.
Construe it and go off on your logical fallacy tangent. See, what I did was reference the example of Christians who condemn someone simply based on who they love. For example, a man who loves a man, or a woman who loves a woman. And in that brain of yours, you took that and thought it was the same thing as me stating you should love someone if they're a rapist, or a pedophile, or a bank robber.
I should have said this in more full detail in that video that I uploaded before the Christmas break. There's a lot of people who are looking at them two gay dudes who got 100 years and saying, see, this is why the LGBTQ. But when we talk about Pastor Dave, all of a sudden we got excuses. When we talk about these straight teachers, the gimmick is, oh, they must be leftist because there's no conservative who rapes. Okay, that's a fun one. That's a fun way to navigate that conversation. I didn't know we could do it like that. I should, that's my fault. I should have specified that more. I got brought it up at the end, but I didn't bring it up in the way that it would actually matter. That shark just tried to alt me. That shark just tried to alt me. Y'all can't see it, but that shark just tried to fucking alt me. That shark just tried to alt me. But like, these motherfuckers are good for trying their damnedest, and it don't work. Because a normal motherfucker sees how stupid they act and just thinks, wow, no wonder y'all families don't want to be around y'all during the holidays. And I should have said that in that community post. Like, if you was about to turn my wholesome fucking community post into shit about politics, and no wonder your family don't want to fucking be around you. Loser. I just got an ace. I just got an ace. I just got a fucking ace. Wet. I'm so fucking wet right now. Oh my God. Rusty? Fuck, I'm back. The number one Punisher. Fucking, I am the number one Punisher main. Not competitive in the world. In the world. Fuck you, Carlos. It should have been me. What was my? I was 24-2. Bro, please jerk me off.
So first off, Christians don't condemn anybody. We don't have the power to condemn anybody.
Squatch it, shut the fuck up.
Even Jesus himself, he reserves all condemnation for the Father. So we don't condemn anybody. God does. But secondly, you yourself said it's not for us to judge who someone wants to love, who someone wants to be in a sexual relationship with. And so if it is truly not for us to ever judge who somebody wants to be in a sexual relationship with, how far does that go? How far does that line cross? And I think you'll find if you truly believe that, quote, love is love, and we should not judge anyone for any kind of sexual relationship that they choose to engage in, that's going to go to some pretty scary places, and I'm using your logic.
But just know that this is only the tip of the iceberg with this man. He even made a series about one person, Andy Stanley, where throughout this series, Andrew catalogs everything the guy says and does, even going out of his way to inform us of which churches Andy Stanley goes to.
Hey guys, if you're in the Atlanta area and you are attending a North Point church, you should know that Andy Stanley, your lead...
I'm glad Venom got MVP. You know what? I knew you was an enemy of the fucking state. I knew you was a fucking enemy of the state. You're just a little hateful. Why the fuck am I already in a game? Oh.
Pastor recently said something denying the authority of Scripture. And he recently said...
You're rude in your old age. Like, so, does anybody else with family members that are like all across the fucking country or in different states, for holidays, they all of a sudden want to pretend like they care about family and they just all FaceTime you all at once? So these motherfuckers did that. And because I wasn't really interested in this conversation, I just thought, this was at 11 o'clock in the fucking morning. I'm just on FaceTime with family members screaming, where's the alcohol? I am on the phone with these old people just yelling, "Where's the alcohol?" And then I just started fucking running around being like, fuck this, I need a blunt. And they all heard me and they ignored me. And then they tried to add in motherfuckers who I don't want to talk to, and I just hung up the phone. How was your Christmas? Oh, my Christmas is great. My Christmas is great. I fucking relaxed. I fucking relaxed. I went to go see Sonic again. I fucking relaxed. It was beautiful. I got my GameCube all set up. So now whenever I just want to fucking ignore the world, I could go play Sonic Heroes. And I did that shit before. I did that shit on Christmas Eve and the day before. Oh, that was fucking great. Fuck, watching the Sonic movie. I'm gonna be honest. It did my dog Eggman dirty, man. It did my dog Eggman dirty. I ain't approve of that shit. Eggman just wanted love. No FaceTime for me. I did call the people that matter. I did tell all of the, well, not all of them. I did tell the key people, you know, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? All the key people needed to be told Merry Christmas. You know, the moms and, you know, the close friends, and you know what I'm saying? They had to be told Merry Christmas. Even though none of them got me nothing. Fuck. What are my plans for New Year's Eve? Probably the same as last year. Get drunk. Ain't nothing else for me to do other than get drunk or get high. Whichever one floats my boat on that given day. I might get a little high. Oh, what was you doing here? Why are you listing churches? What is wrong with you? How many of you would consume church's chicken willingly?
You should know that Andy Stanley, your lead pastor, recently said something denying the authority of Scripture. And he recently said some troubling things at a pastor's conference in February. All we can ask them to do is read the Bible and pray that the Holy Spirit opens their eyes to the truth about this man and his teachings. This is not the gospel of Andy Stanley. Andy Stanley is saying you can completely indulge in your sin and also follow Christ, and that is a lie from the enemy.
So what did the guy do? He tells people who are gay or trans that they can still be Christians and actively supports them.
What's your favorite game on the GameCube? Shark Tale, the movie adaptation. Now, you can accept that, or you could be like Peachy and try to say, why do you have that game in your arsenal? Why do you have that game in your arsenal? What do you mean, why do I have that game in my arsenal? It's one of the greatest games on the GameCube. What are you talking about? And it's one of the most challenging. Because that fucking rhythm dance fucking mode in that damn game is stressful as fuck. Random Japanese name, you're not getting unbanned on Twitch, and I'm gonna tell you why. That weird ass fucking segue you tried to pull the other day. Oh, I'm his girlfriend. Oh, I'm his friend. Yeah, bro. I don't need that type of negativity in my life. You can stay right here on YouTube, good buddy. Captain. Did you need Captain? You didn't need to do that. Wind Waker, bro. Y'all motherfuckers always pick Wind Waker. Get new fucking games to talk about. Wind Waker sucks. Wind Waker sucks, bro. All Zelda game. Never mind.
What a terrible.
I don't have. It's too early in the. It's too early in the morning. It's too early in the morning to argue with you people.
Guy.
So this is a direct quote from Andy Stanley at this conference. Quote, "We need to make room for gay men who choose to be married to each other in our churches because that's as close as they can get to a New Testament framework of marriage." He also said, direct quote, "I believe in gay people. Some people are gay. They can't change." So do with that information what you will, but know at this point that Andy Stanley has denied the authority of Scripture.
I was going to make fun of you, but I had Ratatouille for the GameCube. Bitch, I had Ratatouille for the Wii. What are you talking about, bro? Bro, niggas gonna hate. But movie adaptation games were actually pretty good. Some of them, not all of them. And I do mean some. Because that Coraline game was trash. I remember there was a Monsters, Inc. movie adaptation game, which I have memories of in the vault. I have memories of that in the mind, and it hurts.
Sure. And if he's your pastor, I would be very concerned about following somebody who has denied the Bible and has gone against Scripture. Okay, be blessed.
No, I didn't get the Game Boy Advance attachment. I'm a grown man. I have a Game Boy. Real gamers, you know what's crazy? I might, you know what, DK Oldies, how much you selling it for? And you know what? Just because a random Japanese name keeps pestering me about it, and I'm right here in my Twitch settings, you know what? Fuck it. I'll unban them. I ain't even mean to do that. That's the sick part. I ain't even mean to do that. Not DK Oldies. Bro. When y'all gonna admit that a lot of y'all just fucking bitch about shit and don't even follow through with nothing? Like, a lot of y'all pretend like y'all give a fuck and y'all bitch and rada with the rada. It's like, come on now. Where the fuck do I find the band motherfuckers on here? Loads of people called it a scam. So look, I'm here to tell you with a straight face, DK Oldies is not a scam. DK Oldies is overpriced. That's what you need to say. DK Oldies is overpriced. These motherfuckers are selling you exactly what they got on there for egregious prices. But is everything an egregious price? Not really. Not really. Found it. You've been unbanned. Jesus, could you get off my fucking back now, you horrendous whore-ender? Jesus, you've been unbanned. I rule with an iron fist, though. Let me see some DKODs. Thank you so much. See, now I gotta ban you again. Nobody told you to say thank you. Yuck. The dirt and dust is free. Yep. And you know what's sick? You know the sick part? Motherfuckers pretending like GameStop just now started doing retro shit. GameStop been doing retro shit and selling retro shit. The problem is nobody knew about it, or the same shit they did with DK Oldies, they was doing to GameStop before. Oh, GameStop's a scam. GameStop did. Now, GameStop got some horrendous fucking business practices. I will not fucking lie to you about that one. But fuck, hey, that wasn't gonna stop a real nigga like me. That wasn't gonna stop a real nigga like me. Now, let's see. Hold on. They do not refurbish old consoles, so many systems still had dust. Well, it's a good thing I don't buy consoles from them. I just buy the games. That's a problem solved right there. $50. Ooh, but where the disc at? I need that disc. Hold up. Where the disc? Ooh, I can't do it. I can't do it. That's too much. That's too much. Get off DK Oldies now. Google. All right. And that's pre-owned. That's the sick part. Ooh, other ones are like 150. Ooh, too much for a disc. Now look, you got to think about this. This is like a quote unquote rare attachment that goes along with another piece that allows you to play Game Boy games on your GameCube. Or like from your GameCube. And if you're like me, who's got like a 60-inch flat screen, the idea of playing Pokemon Emerald on like a fat ass flat screen, ooh, y'all finna make me out. Ooh, wait. DS Lite would do the trick. Nigga, a Game Boy Advance would do the trick, and I have that. But like playing this bitch on a big screen, ooh, y'all finna make me out. Your YouTube live is not working for me for some reason. Well, them's the breaks, kid. Oh well. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Fuck it. Fuck it. You could tell, like, I haven't streamed in a while. Also, I'm in my state of nirvana. All right, back to this. Back to being the number one Punisher, even though we're losing the fucking game right now.
To Andy, accepting people who are trans or gay is going against God's teachings, which is a sin, and therefore a crime against God. But just wait until you hit...
Why are you streaming? That's a hard question to answer. Oh, I know, because I want to. There we go. That's a good answer. Yeah. That's a good answer. Y'all know what I rewatched at least like 2/4 of recently? Attack on Titan. And still one of the greatest anime stories of all time. Still. Now, eventually, I'm going to rewatch it from like the actual beginning to the actual end. But still a fucking great story. Still fucking top tier, if I do say so myself. You know what else is right next to it? Inuyasha.
Hear what he has to say about atheism.
But atheists are okay with pedophilia. This is well-known atheist humanist scholar Jared Anderson. In this debate, Jeff Durbin asked Anderson, is pedophilia always, in all cases, objectively wrong? Anderson, an atheist, replied, well, no, it's not objectively wrong. It's just subjectively wrong, which means in some cases it's wrong, but in some cases it's not wrong.
I work with murderers and pedophiles all the time. I have a least favorite pedophile.
Are they wrong?
He's very known. Yes, they're absolutely wrong. Or they are technically intersubjectively wrong.
So they're not...
I know this is supposed to like debunk some shit about Andy, but when a motherfucker, you ask me with a straight face, are pedophiles wrong? I'm going to say, fuck yes. I'm not going to say anything else. I'm not going to say, well, they are. No, they are fucking wrong.
Absolutely.
No, because it's all a conversation.
The debate's over, friends.
So because one atheist came out with that answer, that must mean every other atheist in the world has the same opinion. Andy, that's insane. But then, Andy made more videos diving into this subject, trying so desperately to prove his theory true.
How does atheism lead to belief that rape is okay? I'll tell you how it does. Atheism is the belief that there are no gods, and therefore this natural world is all there is. That's called...
Bro, they got people who believe in God that rape and kill. Like, what are we doing here? And no, I'm not talking about, well, there is no rape in self-defense. So let's just strike that one from the record. But what are you talking about, buddy?
Materialism. And so therefore, if there is no God, then there is nobody to dictate what the correct morality is. Different cultures, Nazi culture has one morality.
Fuck. You know what? I'll dictate correct culture. White people to the back.
Native American culture has a different morality. China has a different morality. There's no way of saying who is right and who is wrong. That is the core belief of atheism, i.e. materialism. Therefore, if you are an atheist, you cannot say it is objectively wrong to rape someone. If you are an atheist, you cannot say pedophilia is objectively wrong. And that's concerning for me about you. That if you are
So if I don't believe in God, I can't say something that's clearly wrong. What? You know what? Benefit of the doubt. Maybe I didn't understand.
Who is right and who is wrong. That is the core belief of atheism, i.e. materialism. Therefore, if you are an atheist, you cannot say it is objectively wrong to rape someone.
Why? I feel like I don't care who you are. What if you believe in God, Allah, any of these factors? I feel like, you know, we can all, well, we all can't agree because there's some people out there who, you know, want to have a safe space for shit like this. I think a nice majority can say, hey, rape, you know that? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, yeah. Okay, it's pretty bad. It's not good, okay?
If you are an atheist, you cannot say pedophilia is objectively wrong. And that's concerning for me about you, that if you are an atheist, you cannot say those things are objectively wrong. It's scary. Atheism or atheistic humanism is simply the belief that there are no gods. This world is all there is. A Big Bang happened, and we are just carbon-based life forms who have evolved from that Big Bang. In this viewpoint, morality is simply something that evolved to help cultures better survive. So morality is not absolute and objective for all time, but different societies evolve different moralities. So Nazis have evolved a Nazi morality to survive. Native Americans have evolved a Native American morality to survive. The Chinese Communist government has evolved their morality to survive.
I'm sorry, but how do we go from Nazis to Native Americans? Literally, one of these things is not like the other.
Here's the kicker. No culture can say that any other culture is wrong, according to atheism. So according to atheistic, humanistic logic, somebody who is simply evolving the morality they need to survive. Somebody who is simply evolving their morality they need to survive. And this is why you will never hear an atheist say that it is objectively wrong.
Rape is wrong. Murder is wrong.
Atheists teach that we evolved from pond scum, and because we evolved from pond scum, who can really say what right and wrong is? See, because atheists teach that we're the products of evolution and the strongest survive, and there's no ultimate reason to be kind to or take care of anybody else because you have to look out for yourself above all else. So I'm glad you're being kind and generous, but those are Christian values, not atheist values. Atheists also support the trans community, which is not moral at all. In fact, all the atheists I've met support the idea that men with male genitalia can go into female locker rooms, and that's perfectly fine. But when
We're correlating 50 different things to hope something sticks. And we're trying our damnedest to tie it to atheism, which is a bold strategy. And why isn't anyone healing me? What the fuck? I'm sitting here fighting for my fucking life. Who the fuck gonna help me? Oh, but at least I got revived. Fuck. At least I got revived to pop my fucking... Somebody figure me. This shit is ridiculous.
Someone had made a TikTok coming out as a gay Christian. Andy went so far as to create an entire conspiracy in response to the guy.
So my heart goes out to this...
I'm sorry. Repeat? I lost my mind just a little bit.
Can go into female locker rooms, and that's perfectly fine.
But when someone had made a TikTok coming out as a gay Christian, Andy went so far as to create an entire conspiracy in response to the guy.
Okay, so a gay person came out as Christian, which is funny, say it out loud. I didn't know we was coming out as Christians now, but okay. Everybody's got to have their own version of their identity. Okay, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, okay, a little off-putting, to say the least. So what does he do? Does he accept this fellow Christian lover into his Christian cult, loving area? Or do we get semantics played by a Christian man?
So my heart goes out to this kid, but if I could talk to him, I would ask him, who told you you were gay? Did your culture tell you that you were gay? Did your culture?
This is another thing. If I have to fucking hear one more time about how TV is convincing kids to be gay, how the fuck aren't we all fucking rabbits right now? Like, why the fuck aren't we all just grabbing every bunny we see and just dicking them things down? Because I seem to remember a cartoon rabbit French kissing dudes. Like, just tonguing them down. Like, I'm not crazy. I saw that with my own withering eyes. Why ain't we all fucking animals? We saw animals, whether straight or otherwise, fuck. Why aren't I fucking a hedgehog from the consequences of Sonic the Hedgehog 2006? Hello? Like, what's our metric here? Like, when I hear this shit, when I see this shit, it's just like, buddy.
Put that identity on you, or did God? Because what God says is, I never made anyone gay. I never made anyone a liar. I never made anybody an alcoholic. I never made anybody...
God also said, love thy neighbor, but clear as day that we all don't do that.
A murderer. People in their own sinful flesh have chosen to do those things. So our culture and Satan, because they work together, culture and Satan work together, our culture wants to keep you trapped in the lies of your past. Our culture wants to say, you're a bad person, you did this thing, but that means that you're this kind of person. Whereas God never says that. God says, you're a new creation. God says, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. God says, you're a son or a daughter. So this idea that you are gay, it is a lie from the enemy. It is a lie from Satan. You have been freed. You are a new creation. Hallelujah.
But according to Andy, he is also being oppressed in the real world because he can't talk about his faith out of fear of prosecution or not getting that promotion at work.
I've worked in corporate America for 15 years, and this is their pagan demonic religion now. I can't even mention the fact that I'm a Christian at work for fear of persecution, being not
I don't believe anybody who says they can't mention that they're a Christian. I just don't. There's an extra layer there that's being left out for interactions on social media. I just know it. Because people often like to pretend like they're the ultimate victim until information comes to contradict everything that they say because desperately they wanted somebody to hold their fucking hand. It's like that it's literally like that woman who was like, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are now going to make my husband a single father because I'm going to jail. And all these dumbasses believe that shit. Nobody bothered to figure out why. And much like how you shouldn't call a healthcare insurance company or any insurance company and tell them that they're next after a fucking guy shoots a CEO, you shouldn't fucking go to an abortion clinic, break a fucking woman's hand, and threaten terrorism on these motherfuckers. There's ways you could voice your displeasure with an establishment or a corporation. That ain't it. That'll never be it.
Promoted, being persecuted against in some way. I literally can't talk about my faith, but this is plastered all over their depraved, wicked websites.
But maybe it's not about talking about his faith that's the issue, but how he goes about doing it. As if you talk about your religion like Andy does on TikTok, then I think people, rightfully so, would think you are pretty weird and wouldn't feel comfortable around you.
Why must you have to announce that you're Christian? Well, the excuse that'll be thrown out is, why do people have to announce that they're gay? Well, people want to be comfortable in their own skin, and it's way more acceptable to be Christian in common society than it is to be gay. And now that it's like spoiled children. Oh my God, I'm seeing all these people get attention. I want some attention too. Let me do the same thing. Even though these people who bitch about this are often yelling that, we should be giving these small feats attention. Hello.
I've had 5 or 6 TikTok accounts with thousands of followers be completely banned because TikTok doesn't support free speech anymore.
I hate TikTok. I'm so glad it's going to get banned next year. I still don't understand why people want this app banned. Like, that whole data thing really don't stick for me, because your data is in the hands of people you don't want it to be in right now, because you're on youtube.com, you're on Twitch, you go on Instagram, you will go on Facebook. So that logic don't really stick, and that logic will never stick in any capacity. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you will never be able to, like, get me to capitulate and agree with anything in regards to that. And then this motherfucker Trump running around saying, we're going to have to do... I still can't do it. I can't do a Donald Trump to save my fucking life. We're going to do something about TikTok. We're going to do something. It's so fucking cringe. I'm from the Vine days. Well, guess what? As somebody who's also from the Vine days, you do realize TikTok goes away, there's going to be another one. What do you think TikTok was before, musically? Like, it's still going to be here. It's going to be under another name. And that's the criteria? It's cringe? Or get rid of Twitter. The fuck? Get rid of all these fucking social media apps. It's cringe. Come on, we gotta get better. Come on, me and you gonna craft some better excuses, because that ain't it.
I've expressed my religious views, and I will get banned for simply expressing my religious views, whereas you can go on and talk about all of your tranny stuff as much as you want, and it's totally fine.
So look, there's a core difference between your views and this tranny stuff. Let me see if I can help you out here. You are drastically an asshole who demeans individuals by trying to hide behind the word of the Lord. And that doesn't really work the way you think it would. Compared to a motherfucker who's just like, hey, yo, I'm trans. What up, bitch? Now, there are motherfuckers who are trans that go above and beyond to do some depraved shit and speak some depraved shit, and they should be banned just like you. But that's called balance and being fair in my critique of stupid people online, because it doesn't matter what fucking issues you have. What matters is how stupid you are. TikTok has started a lot of Darwinist trends. It's like, I'm going to tell you, welcome to the internet. TikTok wasn't the start of Darwinist trends. It won't be the last. It just did what everything else does once something starts. It enhances it. It enhances it, like, drastically. Only no one banned you. Shut up.
Ah, yes, it couldn't have been the times you take things to the extreme side of the spectrum, or the times you openly condemn people for being gay or trans. No. It's because the platform is against free speech and is actively trying to censor the truth you speak. This just goes to show you that Andy doesn't possess any self-awareness and operates like a crybaby.
Christians, if you're out there, how do I avoid getting banned in the future on my lives? Because
also,
You stop being
hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food? Also, stop hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food?
Would you?
Also, stop hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food?
I don't have the heart to ever want a white person to cook me food.
Also, stop hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food?
Like, the reason I never ate school lunch is because a white woman was making it.
Also, stop hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food?
Obscenely racist, I know, but somebody has to create the balance in
Also,
society.
stop hiring black people to make Mexican food. Would you trust a white person to make you Chinese food?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there a gimmick a couple months ago to where I could gift you motherfuckers subs? Or was I just retarded? Like, I feel like that could have been an option, but I don't know. It could be, but then it also couldn't be.
it's kind of a pain to have to get up to 1,000 followers and just get banned on a live immediately because you hurt somebody's feelings.
Fuck, bro. You just gotta be like EDP. EDP fucking... I'm not even gonna bother to check. I tried out Rivals, won a match, and never went back in. Oh, you suck, bro. Marvel's fucking gutted. I haven't played in like a week, but it's still gutted. Mantis, die! You know what? Get away from me.
Feelings. So, are there certain things I can't say? Are there certain topics I should avoid? Because I submitted an appeal and it got denied. So, Christians, please help me out. Thanks.
But oddly enough, on his Xbox channel, Andy had uploaded The Bias of Gaming Journalists, where the video in its base summary is a critique on left-leaning gaming journalists, but unlike his current content choice, he goes into the topic with a more open-minded and neutral approach.
The question I see almost nobody asking is, how does gaming media decide which groups get to be offended? Right now, it would seem they decide who gets to be offended based on political lines. So the issues they want to expose are exclusively left-leaning issues. LGBT...
You said you'll add me? I feel like I never said that. I feel like I've never said I would add any of you to a fucking game. Somebody's telling a mistruth right now. That is not something that would ever come out of my mouth. I would... Oh my God, we've cornered these bitches! Corner them! Kill them! Who else wants up a Debo? Nobody? Are they on the point? Kill them! I feel like I've never said I'll add anybody on these motherfucking things. 1v1, see? Shit like that, I never fucking condone. Isn't all gaming journalists bad? It's not just left-leaning. Andy's stupid. Bro. You could say that. Because at the core of it all, what matters is the friends we made up. Never mind.
LGBTQ and female representation in games, perceived sexism in games, and workers' rights. I personally feel the more gay, lesbian, trans, and female characters we have in games, the better. The more diverse perspectives we have in games, the better they will always be. But here's the thing. In the same breath, you don't also get to criticize Kojima for fetishizing the female body or for Call of Duty games for being pro-America. Diversity means diversity even when it doesn't fit my narrow political band. And if you only try to censor those outside of your politics, I think you're being a gatekeeping asshole.
Telling us that the video is about letting games be games without moral gatekeeping from either the right side or the left side of politics.
They have decided for us which groups of people matter and which groups of people don't matter. So how do we get around this problem? Is the answer to make good old conservative outlets with good old conservative values? Definitely not. If we did that, then we'd have a right-leaning problem with gay media coverage. I think the only possible answer is to completely remove our personal moral gatekeeping from the equation entirely. And
What the fuck? Who the fuck is this? Who is this? This is AndyPants? Since fucking when? Where the fucking rah-rah about how everything woke? What the fuck? When this version of AndyPants came out? It's almost like this motherfucker's normal. and not a fucking weasel head, fucking knucklehead dumbass. My fucking goodness.
And let games be whatever they want to be. In short, we need to accept that video games are inherently offensive, and we need to accept that not every video game is made for us.
But here's the thing. Notice how Andy, whenever he talks about gaming and what makes it great, most of the time he focuses on how offensive it all is. Like that is the end-all be-all of a game. Not the well-written stories or memorable events or the characters you meet along the way. No. It's all about how controversial the game is perceived to be, which is very subjective.
Polish devs, Rockstar Games, and Japan. These are the last three places left with the balls to do anything offensive and risky and interesting. Polish devs have demonstrated they do not give a rip about offending people. Check out the Terrorist Takedown series by CI Games.
Okay, so because a Polish studio had made a game 17 years ago, that means they have clearly demonstrated that they don't care about offending people in their games, and they continue to hold that standard to this day. By that logic, we could say the same for, I don't know, every other studio or publisher who caters towards a mature audience. You see, EA have already demonstrated that they don't care about offending people, because back in 2008, they released Dead Space. You know, the game that's all about
Sony has proven that they don't give a fuck about their player base or offending them because they refuse to release games on a more consistent basis, yet will fucking release several fucking products for funny ass prices. Because who the fuck with any layer of substance is actually, it's fucking sick how motherfuckers are actually about to work themselves into a fucking pretzel to convince people that you need a PS5 Pro to play Grand Theft Auto 6. You do not. However, I will be buying the PlayStation 5 Pro. Why? Why the fuck not?
Icing and dicing.
Because I'm a Sony pony, and Sony ponies pony up to that Sony.
Your enemy's heart. I know, right? Quite offensive. And they released the remake at the beginning of 2023, where you can take this to the next level, peeling the layers back from the enemy's corpses. I know, right? Even more offensive. And the remake is superior because not only did they make the peeling system, but they also managed to offend the army of gigachads with the inclusion of a bathroom sign. I know, right? A freaking bathroom sign made these hardened masculine men transition into a bunch of Karens over a goddamn bathroom sign. What's next? The gigachads start wearing diapers while crying about kids' games not being masculine enough?
Soar through beautiful landscapes, seeking out rare and elusive creatures to add to your flock. Like, dude, this shit is gay. Like, this is either designed for a 5-year-old or it's
Oh, there's the AndyPants we know and hate. There it is. The PS5 Pro has no disc drive. Wait, hey. First of, let me adjust my glasses here. Excuse me. The PS5 Pro doesn't need a disc drive. It doesn't have to come with the PlayStation 5 Pro because it's obvious that games are going more and more towards the digital space. Therefore, there really isn't a need to have a disc drive, because with a disc drive, it would just take up space of the illustrious PS5 Pro and all the graphical improvements that could come from not having a disc drive. It's perfectly warranted to not have a disc drive, and that be one of the reasons that it's $700. A mic stand no one brought up, but I will. Oh, who cares about a mic stand? A fucking PlayStation stand, whatever the fuck you call it. Who wants to hold a... You don't need to have a PlayStation 5 be vertical unless you actually want to go through a bunch of issues in regards to software. And because Sony knows how to create a system that is perfectly imperfect, they don't have to worry about things such as dust getting into their software. Whoa. Because the PS5 have no games? Well, actually, as you can clearly see, if we just go over to the PS5 store, look, there are games. There are games here, such as Game of the Year, Aftermath. You have forgot about the illustrious Game of the Year. Broke records. I know people thought that Black Myth Wukong was more suitable for Game of the Year, but A Sony tutorial makes much more sense. My 300 PS5 games say otherwise. All right, bro. Just because you got 200 versions of Horizon Forbidden West doesn't make that 300 PlayStation 5 games. Like, come on. Come on, let's be real, Brody. Just because you got that don't mean that Brody. Come on, Brody. Come on. I can tell you're trying to keep it together. I mean, fuck, what do you want me to do? I didn't say PS4. Hey, you said enough. You said enough. Y'all know it's in the fucking PlayStation Store right now, I think. What the fuck? Is that Fortnite? What the fuck? What type of layout is that? What the fuck? What happened to the game I love? What the fuck happened to the game I love? Shit used to be colorful. Now this shit Call of Duty. They got him, boys. We got him. We got slide 2. We got slide 3. I don't know why the fuck slide 4 is behind this punk ass fucking thing. But we got it, boys. We got it. Life's holding a little bit more meaning. Every day we go on to continue. Speaking of continuing.
For a 30-year-old gay man, or it's designed for a woman. But none of those people are buying Xboxes.
Man, this guy is a professional lolcow.
This better be important. I had to delay my meeting with Jerry's wife again for this.
I assure you, this is most vital to our fight against the brain rot. I just need to get it open.
Have you tried turning it on and off again? This ain't your fucking computer, Greg.
There we go.
From what we can see when looking at his early content, he had gone with retrospectives on games, which Andy does sound like he enjoys making these types of videos. However, there are...
PS5 had backwards compatibility. That could play PS1 billion. I'll buy PS. Actually, the more you think about it, why would you want to play old games anyway? It's 2024. You should be focusing on the newer games, such as... You should be focusing on playing the new Spider-Man game and everything that it holds dear. Because Spider-Man, it should have won Game of the Year, but it didn't. Because who the fuck wanted to play Baldur's Gate? All you did there was fuck goats. I could fuck a goat, and I don't even need a video game to do that. PS2, PS4 goated? Bro, you're out of your mind. PlayStation 2 is goated. I don't know why the fuck you added the PlayStation 4 to that one. I don't know why the fuck you added the PlayStation. I ain't saying the PlayStation 4's games are shit. I'm just saying you comparing an apple to a root beer right now.
There are a few missing, but we will return to this later. So let's go through a brief rundown of what these early videos are all about before we head into the brain rot era of his content. If you were to watch these videos from oldest to newest, you would see that Andy in his Ghost Recon video had been quite objective, giving you the ins and outs of what made the series rise and progress. However, after this video, the objectivity fades as each upload is added to the roster. If we look to his Gears of War video, you will find a retrospective presenting the evolution of the series, giving us again the ins and outs of the games, where he attributes the series to, you guessed it, masculinity.
In this way, the Gears game...
Oh, God. Y'all hear that? That's the sound of pussy just shriveling up. That's the sound of pussy shriveling up. Spider-Man 2 sucks because insert whatever you hate about it here. I mean, bro. I guess you could be cheeky as fuck and say, hey, I hated the fucking... I didn't even hate the Deaf Girl mission because I set myself up. I played the main story and I was just doing a bunch of side missions that were also chaotic. That was literally one of the last missions I did in that game before I 100%ed it. Fucking playing or fucking doing the thing and then playing as a deaf girl. It was a nice cool down. I love the fact that I had a nice cool down. It felt good cooling down. But other than that, did I really hate anything else? Fuck, I wish it was longer. which is what all of your fucking wives said.
Are hyper-masculine, hyper-military games. Rough men talking roughly to one another, making jokes, making fun of each other, but we're still here with a job to do.
Where he builds the masculinity arc up only to let it come crumbling down in his arguments against the fourth installment. With that being, when the lead role had changed from a man to a woman, that's why the game failed.
And because of this hyper-masculinity that you see in the first 3 Gears games, I think this is why Gears 4 and 5 fumbled so hard for me. Gears 4 and 5 completely lost the brand identity of the Gears games. Gears is about male bonding and brotherhood. It's about men fighting hard-ass fights in a war against the evil locust taking over the world. We are the grunts. We are the boots on the ground. It's a game of manliness. No offense to games that focus on female characters, but Gears is a game about men. Gears 4 is about women, motherhood, and being a deserter. It also plays the worst of any of the Gears games so far, but I'll get into that later.
God, I'm afraid of what these people said about Helldivers. Like, these people are the ones that are like, why are we fighting for democracy? It's like, you're one of those, aren't you? You're one of those unhoused. Your life just holds no weight or meaning. It's just whatever the fuck that is. Oh, okay. All right. This makes it all make more sense now. Yes.
Now, I'm no sexist, and I'm totally fine with women being in the Gears games, but when the original trilogy were such male-focused, hyper-masculine games about brotherhood and duty, and then you turn that game on its head and make it about a mother and a daughter, well, it's easy to see why Gears 4 was such a failure critically and commercially.
So look, I've never played a fucking Gears game. Could it possibly be, maybe, the fucking game was just bad control-wise? Why do we always blanket these shits as the game is bad because political ideology? Like, why is that always the first thing? Why can't we expand these conversations to a meaningful point? Oh, I know why. But every time I bring it up, I'm somehow the bad guy. Okay.
Well, what about Gears 5? Unfortunately, it fell suspect to all the same problems of Gears 4. It's overly complicated, it gets away from the hyper-masculine boots-on-the-ground story about men of the first 3 Gears game, and it becomes a game about deserting the military, being a coward, sisterhood, about women, and starring women.
Of course, he does produce another reason, which is another issue I do take with these videos, where he uses arguments to give off that the footage playing in front of us is his footage.
If you check out the clip on screen, I'm playing hardcore difficulty in Gears of War 1. The combat is incredibly tense and incredibly hard. If you stick your head out for more than a few seconds, the cog in the middle of the screen goes completely red. Taking any fire at all or moving at a bad time in Gears 1 means instant death with nobody to pick you up. So how does the difficulty of Gears 4 compare? Well, it's significantly easier. In Gears 4 on hardcore mode, there's a segment where you are fighting 4 boomers at once. I immediately beat this part on my first try. Meanwhile, in Gears 1, the hardest part of the game had 2 boomers, and I must have died 50 times at this part on hardcore mode. Did you notice how in Gears 1, I had to stay in cover basically all the time, otherwise I would get immediately melted, you know, the way war should actually be? Well, in Gears 4 hardcore mode, I can just...
I might be drunk as fuck when I say this out loud, but has AndyPants been at war? Or has he done what I'm doing, which is, you know, playing a video game with the sole premise of it being, you know, surrounding war? Yes? That's an option?
kind of wander around. Nobody's attacking me. No danger. So the hardest difficulty in the Gears trilogy is insane.
I agree, Muhammad, which is probably something I shouldn't say out loud. The Ninja Turtles Shredder game is fun. I remember streaming that whole game just like in one sitting. I didn't 100% it, but I did enjoy it for what it's worth. I'm leaving because I don't have the correct loadout.
And let's just say it's insane. In Gears 4 and 5, they added an additional difficulty even harder than insane called inconceivable. But guys, I gotta be honest, inconceivable in Gears 4 doesn't even come close to insane in Gears 1.
When a minute later, we can see that this isn't his footage, but someone else's, where he rewinds and fast forwards a video in real time. So when you make the arguments that...
Oh, you're a fucking waste of space, you wanker! That's a wanker move! You just wankered all over my wanker! Why would you wanker my wanker, you wanker? What the fuck is the matter with you, wanker? You find it a good idea to waste a subtle viewer's time with your wankerness? You mean to tell me that you're sitting there complaining about another motherfucker? You're complaining about gameplay, and it's not even your own gameplay. You should be ashamed of yourself, mate. That's not the true mark of a gamer. No, that's the true mark of someone who's a pussy. And when you're a pussy, That's the sound of it shriveling up.
That you played all of the games on the hardest difficulty to come to your conclusions, but then you have to take footage from other channels. It does make me question if you even bothered to play the games at all. And this is
it makes me fucking wonder if it makes me wonder if the game was actually difficult, and he just couldn't handle it because, I mean, look at him. Looks like he can't handle it. Looks like Buddy's incapable of handling it. Marge, it looks like he can't handle it. Marge, he can't handle. Look at me, a hell diver. Look how cool I look, a hell diver.
even more blatant in his immersive Sims video.
Video really worth playing. So, you know, all the Bioshock games are worth playing. All the Deus Ex games are worth playing. Prey, you gotta play Prey.
Oops, I guess he forgot to cut that out. But in the beginning of his video on Gears of War, he makes the argument that the first cover-based shooter couldn't have inspired the developers because according to Andy, no one played it.
Now, was there technically a game in 2003 called Kill Switch that was actually the first cover-based shooter? Yes, but it's an unfortunate fact of life that a game must also be popular to be influential, and Kill Switch was not a popular game.
What? Your game does not have to be what? Your game does not have to be popular to be influential. It has to be, what's the word? Oh, influential. Because if other motherfuckers are seeing a random game with only like 4 people playing it, but there's an element there that is really fucking good, if it gets tweaked, it could be even grander, they're gonna fucking take it and tweak it and turn it into something that enhances the gameplay or the environment or the scenery or the characters. Fuck, I hate being a game developer knowing this shit and knowing these people are fucking stupid.
Some people have pointed to Resident Evil 4, which came out a year before Gears, as pioneering the shooting style. RE4 doesn't actually let you snap to cover at all, though, and therefore...
Oh my God, I'm actually gonna fucking... I'm gonna... Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at my thighs. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate all of this shit. Oh, yeah.
Isn't a cover-based shooter.
But the developers had come out before talking about how Resident Evil and Kill Switch were their inspirations, which this can also be seen in the over-the-shoulder camera movement in both Gears and Resident Evil 4. He does this because he wants to paint Gears of War as being a 100% original idea, and other games had just copied their...
Yes, War Master, for democracy. The fucking Illuminati are out here! And my motivation is to fucking think of all of the Illuminate as Jeff the Shark, because fuck Jeff the Shark.
Formula, when most games aren't 100% original pieces, and there is nothing wrong with that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. However, there are more examples I can show you of how Andy blatantly doesn't hold a good understanding of what he is even talking about. In his second immersive sim video, Andy makes the argument that Bioshock couldn't be an immersive sim, but the sequel could, due to the multiple ways to deal with combat scenarios, with the aid of plasmids or reprogramming machines to aid you in your journey. However, what Andy misses here is that almost everything you can do in the second game, you can do in the first game, which again makes me wonder if he bothered to play it before making his...
Am I drunk? Like, why the fuck am I not able to do my thing? Am I drunk? Why am I not able to pull up my fucking thing? Why am I not able to pull up my fucking stratagems? Am I drunk? Did I press the wrong button? Did I forget how to play this game in literal seconds? I don't think this is good. I think I'm a fucking subject of war.
His comments. Like, does Andy have any standards when it comes down to how he makes content? Does he actually do any research into the topics he talks about? Or does he not care for what is true, or what should be shown to prove something to be a fact? The immersive sim video's narrative is that you don't know how to play games like Prey, and that's why they failed. That because other games are more popular than ones he likes, that means people...
Okay, okay, my shit's up. What the fuck? I was pressing this shit. I was pressing L1, and I'm like, why the fuck isn't my shit coming up? I want my stalwart. I need my stalwart.
Went into them with the expectation to play games like Prey, like how they would Call of Duty. The other explanation he comes up with is because...
By the way, I probably shouldn't ask any of you people this. You fucking people are gonna tell me about your lies. What did you all get for Christmas? Jesus! Did you all get coal because you're all rude and mean fucking people? Or did you all get gifts because, you know, you're all normal human beings who deserve presents because you pretend to be good people just so that you could get a benefit of a gift? What did you all get? Money? $200? Okay. Nothing at all? Oh, well. Sound like a skill issue. Sounds like a skill issue. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. It sounds like a lot of hoopla. Sounds like you just talking a lot of hoopla. I would feel bad for you, buddy, but you know, I got a gift for Christmas. Sounds like a lot of hoopla. It's okay, bro. Christmas ain't about getting. Christmas is about, you know, having fun. Whether if you celebrating Christmas or you just celebrating a random Wednesday. Like, as long as you all walk out and have a day where you can relax and enjoy yourself to the best of your ability, that's all I could ever fucking ask for you simple-mindeds. You know? You know? You know.
Because the immersive sim games don't hold your hand while playing them, and that's what turned people away, when other games that go with this approach end up being successful. How Andy comes down to the conclusion that these games had
plenty of coal on my grid. Why is there like 3 of y'all that said y'all didn't get shit? You know what? That's y'all fault. Maybe next year you'll actually be good people, worthy of gifts from your family. Or you could just go buy your shit yourself like I did. There are 2 reasons why I just buy my own Christmas gifts now. Number one, to get people off my fucking back. Because I'm traumatized by people asking me what I want for Christmas and then buying some fucking alternative and then getting mad when I throw that shit the fuck away. Like, I asked for a specific thing in a specific way and you got me an alternative that I can't fucking use. Yes, I'm gonna throw that shit the fuck away. Fuck you getting your money back. Next time, don't blow your money on dumb shit. And buy what I tell you to fucking buy. Spaniard. And, look, it's been 20, how old am I? 25? 20 years of my fucking mama buying me Christmas gifts. Lady, if you don't go take a fucking break, if you don't fucking save your money to fucking go on a vacation by yourself or something, I don't care. My mama's sick. She be wanting me to go on vacation with her. I'm like, ha, and do what? I ain't gonna have fun. I'm gonna be mad. Fuck, I won't be here. Fuck, I look. These niggas talking about they want to go to Africa. For what? I only want to go to one place out the country, and you all know where. Japan. Japan. If it ain't Japan, I don't want to go. I hold no purpose going anywhere that ain't Japan. Japan. The Japan people would love me. You know why? Because I know how to respect their culture without them peering down my fucking throat. To eat sushi, on waitresses' bodies? I mean, that could be an option depending on, you know, which part of Japan I go to.
failed, though, is because he compares the sale figures to games like Call of Duty or Tomb Raider, when the details he leaves out are that these games are from different genres and are longer-running franchises, so of course they are going to have a bigger audience to pull from upon each release. Where there could be all kinds of reasons why these games didn't sell as well as Call of Duty, but no, it has to be that we just don't know how to play games from different genres. But even if that was to be the case, surely that's where trial and error comes into play, along with experimentation. However, Andy's interest in talking about video games couldn't save him from going back to being bad faith when he answers the question of, when did games become soft? Where he cherry-picks certain games in an effort to convey the message that games are becoming softer and less offensive as time progresses, when other games made from 2020 to the current day would beg to differ. And when explaining things like the no Russian level from Modern Warfare 2 to back up his narrative, he gets the details wrong again, telling us we play the role of a terrorist when that isn't the case.
Another situation that just popped into my head was the famous no Russian mission in Modern Warfare 2. In this mission, you play as the role of a terrorist, and the game...
That's just wrong. What the... How do you fuck this up? And why? And see, and this is why I fucking hate all you fans of these motherfuckers. Because y'all fucking throw that tourist word around, not realizing that the motherfuckers you got that shit from are the tourists. They're the ones that know next to nothing about the games you enjoy. They play in front of y'all fucking faces and y'all eat that shit the fuck up. For some reason. And I struggle to figure out the reason. No, I don't. I know the reason. It's because y'all need somebody to hold y'all fucking hand in a world you can't fucking do this shit yourself. And any motherfucker that comes up with something palatable, y'all think, ooh, this is useful information. And when anyone corrects me, I could just point them in this direction. No, dweebs. It's not at work. This motherfucker's a tourist. He's liable to be a terrorist.
Literally asked you to kill innocent people.
The rest of Task Force 141 brought in the ACS, Alan. 2 men took down an entire base, and I ask much more from you now. Yesterday you were a soldier on the front lines. Today, front lines are history. Uniforms are relics. The war rages everywhere, and there will be casualties. This man, Makarov, is fighting his own war, and he has no rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide. He's not loyal to a flag or a country or any set of...
I need to go clock into work. Oh, lame. What a loser. A job? Oh, who could have those? According to people who sit in front of screens for about 8 hours and refuse to just take a break for their own mental health, oh, this is way harder. Did you know that? Shame on you for ever thinking that you could say that your job is like so much work. Jesus Christ. God. I almost threw up like all over my fucking desk because I was fucking, what was I doing? I was trying to make a noise, but I fucked up and I almost like threw up from doing it. Because I had gum in my mouth and I fucking did the noise. And I guess the gum went down the wrong fucking pipe. And I almost fucking threw up everywhere. It had been like the second time in a matter of like 3 weeks that I've thrown up. Not good. Not a good option. Not a good option at all.
Of ideals. He trades blood for money. He's your new best friend. You don't want to know what it's cost already to put you next to him. It will cost you a piece of yourself. It will cost nothing compared to everything you'll save.
Another detail that seems to have slipped his mind is that you are presented with the option to skip the level if you don't feel comfortable with gunning down innocent civilians. So if the edgy developers weren't concerned with hurting people's feelings, then why would they go to the trouble of adding this feature into the game? You could even turn things like blood off in the menu and replace it with cash. Again, Andy, did you play the game or just read an article? But for Andy, how controversial a game is perceived determines whether or not the game is good in his mind. So by that logic, all of the games that look gay must be really good because they certainly offend his eyes. Or perhaps the uglification of women in games must mean that those specific games are really good just because they just so happen to offend anti-woke or conservative channels.
All right, so look, I need a question answered by somebody who like plays this shit as a routine. What's ugly about the bitch on the right? And for that matter, what's ugly about the bitch in the middle? Like, I'm genuinely asking this question because for some reason, for some unknown fucking reason to me, the conversation is always these characters are ugly. And I'm just like, are they? And again, this is Leon asking, you know, the normal guy in the fucking room who does not fixate on this shit, because I'd rather a game be, check my notes here, good, rather than fixating on a pointless detail. And yeah, the pointless detail is, oh my God, these characters are ugly. On whose metric? The ugly motherfuckers who think they know everything? Because that's another fucking thing. It be some ugly ass fucking niggas saying somebody ugly. I just don't like the design in the middle. I mean, that's more reasonable. Because I ain't gonna lie, the hair ain't it. You notice I'm not saying anything about the motherfucker on the left because that's like an ogre. Why the fuck would I bring that up? Why the fuck would I even bother with the ogre? Like, unless you motherfuckers got one of those alien kinks, like, there's no reason for that to be a topic for me. Like, that's just not, that's not part of the bones. That's not part of the structure right now. It's just there to be there for somebody else. It ain't there for me. If it was there for me, it would have been there already, or the problem would have been solved, at least. But it hasn't. The one on the left previously was a Hulk. Could have been. Could have been.
Surely a veteran player of these memorable games would have more to say about what made them popular, rather than the reason just being that they were offensive, as anyone who didn't play the game could tell you that. He also makes this emphasis on dev teams from the early 2000s just being edgy men, when women have been working in the gaming industry since the days of the Atari. You see, Andy, research can go a long way, and the best part is, all you have to do is watch the credits. And while we are on the subject, later Andy will claim...
I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody reads those, so it's like I can't necessarily fault them. Who reads the credits? No one. Unless you yourself are a part of the credits, you're not looking at that shit. You're not. Why are they extracting so fucking early? We ain't even got all the spots, bro. We got 3 spots just sitting there out, man. Fuck it. Just take my samples and go.
That Bungie, when making the first Halo trilogy, was a studio comprising of only men. See, it's easier to just run your mouth about topics you hardly know anything about because researching the topics takes too much time. Right, Andy? And he does the same thing with his video on why he quit playing new games, where it's the same slop as before, whining about Assassin's Creed Shadows being out of place because the characters can engage in same-sex relationships, and the main character being of African descent when the character had been based off of someone of the same ethnicity who lived in 16th century Japan. While it is contested whether he had been a samurai or not, it shouldn't make much of a difference when it comes to an Assassin's Creed game.
Who is this man? Who is this British runner? Amazing. Because in case any of you any motherfucker that has brought that point up has not played one Assassin's Creed game. Because I don't know how to break it to y'all, but synchronizing yourself in modern times to go back into the past and play as your fucking ancestor for your job. Yeah, I don't know how to punch this shit down for y'all. I don't know how to punch this shit down for y'all, but doing that make no fucking sense. You're literally playing a fucking sandbox adventure game where you sit there as a historical figure doing unhistorical shit. But no, we gotta keep it consistent and accurate for historical purposes. They ain't never been what Assassin's Creed's done. Never. But you motherfuckers lied, and motherfuckers got away with that lie, and I'm struggling.
Since Ubisoft have always labeled the series as fictional works, not a retelling of historical events, which has been the standard since the inception of the series, with a disclaimer being present at the beginning of every game.
Fuck, I told y'all, niggas don't play these games. They don't play these games. And you know what? Let me just do something real fast. Okay, there we go. So now if anything pisses me off, I have something. I'm not going to say what it is, but I have something.
Game, which Andy will later make the argument that the creative choice is bad because it just isn't historically accurate.
Ubisoft thinks you can be bought, and you've proven them right. You can be bought. All they had to do was put a black man in a game. No matter how insane or poorly done or historically inaccurate, you showed that you can be easily bought.
When the devs have only really prided themselves on accuracy with the architecture of the game's locations in the past. He also comes out with another anti-woke criticism that these games are just packed with politics, when arguably a lot of games do have politics within them, whether they are a part of the story or serve as social commentary. The only difference now is, these are politics he and others can't get behind. On top of that, we get the whiff of a console fanboy when he makes the claim that older games are just more original, creative, and experimental than games that were made after 2018. So I guess Helldivers 2, Doom Eternal, and Space Marine wouldn't fit in.
Oh look, Helldivers, oh yeah! I'm playing Helldivers right now. You know why? The fight for democracy means something. And these motherfuckers wanted to extract so fucking early, you might as well just fucking leave.
Into any of those categories.
You have nothing? Well, look, the thing is not bad. You know how whenever I get annoyed, I just play AI Patrick? It's not going to be AI Patrick this time. It's just going to be a different song.
Sorry guys, I don't make the rules. That's Andy's domain. And Andy even went and made a video about what woke means, which again is just another rant he goes on with no research, a lack of care for what is true, and his poor argumentation, where he claims that it was actually the left who bastardized the term woke, when that isn't the case, and it's just Andy being a conservative shill. And now we actually get to solving the mystery of who killed masculinity in video games, where this had been the full conversion into the anti-woke content. As yes, Andy's anti-woke argumentation had been pre-established. However, the video in question here garnered Andy with over 160,000 new subscribers, giving him incentive to continue making these talking points, allowing his more extreme side to flourish during these times. In this video, however, Andy again cherry picks information to build this narrative that masculinity is dying in video games, which is the same thing as he had done previously in his TikTok days. But later in the video, Andy talks on traditional male and female roles as being normal, and acts like he is threatened by the girl boss trope, that he just wants to play the role of a masculine character, like it gives him the ability to fantasize about being a masculine man for once in his life. In his content moving forward, however, Andy shows that he takes issues with who works in the gaming industry simply because of what is in between their legs, resulting to petty name calling when complaining about these things. Like this is the prologue.
These are the thing about the name calling shit is funny based on consistency because no one wants to be made fun of, yet everyone makes fun of everybody. The fun game that often gets played is, hey, you just made fun of me. How dare you? As I then proceed to make fun of you and everything you hold dear. Why? Because consistency is what? Not key. Not key at all. And it gets increasingly annoying when motherfuckers go above and beyond to prove my point that consistency is what? Not key. Also, several of games that have come out in the past can't come out today. Samus can't come out today. Tomb Raider can't come out today. Like, none of these no, why are we doing this mission? This mission sucks. This mission, like, legitimately fucking sucks. I hate this mission. I hate this mission so fucking much. Like, I've never successfully done this mission. Not one fucking time. I have never been able to successfully do this fucking mission, like, at all. It actually is fucking terrible how I've never been able to fucking do this mission into any form of succession. This is terrible.
Log 2, Gamergate 2, the Arc of Insecurity.
This is why when skanks like Alyssa Mercante are crying about Kotaku shutting down and losing their jobs, like, can all these fat blue...
Listen, I'm cool with throwing insults, but you can't get mad when you get called like a racist incel. Like, you're all hurling insults at each other, but then you all get mad when the same energy is given back to you, and I wish I would stop that.
White women just go get jobs doing something else? Does anybody understand why they're so obsessed with the domain in the interest of heterosexual mid? Like, it's weird that this liberal white woman wants to be involved in G.I. Joe shit. Like, that's just weird. And I wonder how many billions of dollars they're gonna lose before they learn to stop hiring these liberal white women. Basically, guys, it's not that big a deal. They just want to destroy everything that you love in games. The LGBTQ crowd are satanic devil worshippers, so of course they have witches in their game. No giga...
Where's that fucking game? Did X Defiant update? I thought this game was dying. What the fuck? What the fuck is the finals got going on over here? The fuck? So I guess Hogwarts Legacy, a actual great game, is just a bunch of witches and bitches and left and demonic. What the fuck is that? Last update before it gets canned. Understandable. Understandable. I don't even know where's the fucking... I don't know where anything is in this fucking map. And it hurts not knowing where anything is on this fucking map. But that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Gotta make some shit count. So let's waste our time.
Chad would actually play this slop. We would say, "Get behind me, Satan," while we leave to go play Kingdom Come Deliverance and old school Rainbow Six games. A44 plays...
Bro, I wonder what this motherfucker got to say about Kingdom Hearts. I'd shut a gasp and want to know what this motherfucker has to say about Kingdom Hearts. Just to know that what I'm going to hear is going to be some shit that pisses me the fuck off.
The history of humanity and mythology to shape its particular world. Let me translate that last sentence for you. It probably has a bunch of men who like to dress up in women's clothes in it. Oh, how could we be racist? We just put a black samurai in a game. Fat, ugly, blue-haired women who have never seen a gym in their life seem to be dead set on ruining all of the things us heterosexual men love. And men since the dawn of time have been obsessed with what? Naked women, war, explosions, guns, and funny jokes.
Making a lot of assumptions right now.
Meanwhile, it is the value of the woke movement that women should never be attractive, war is bad, explosions are bad, guns are bad.
And he even complains that Microsoft would never tell their studios to cancel games that supposedly contain messages from the LGBTQ, because they want to continue pandering this stuff when arguably if you have been pumping money and resources into products for quite a while only to just cancel them, then that would be a considerable loss for the company. So obviously they won't do that. However, Andy also tells us that it's not the executives who are pulling the strings in the company, but it's actually the developers who are pushing for representation in games. And this—
You fucking kleptomaniac. It's the fucking studio executives. You klepto fucking maniac. It's the studio executives. They're the ones who fucking bring in all this fuck shit. Why do you think Batwoman got canceled as they were editing the last bits of the movie? Streets say the movie was done. And they fucked them people over for a tax break. For a fucking tax break. That's the studio execs. Oh my God. That's the studio execs. What are you talking about?
This all comes from not Andy, but Andy's anonymous source. However, you'll have to forgive me if I just don't believe him, as it's pretty convenient to his narrative. And when people claim they have a source they cannot name, who works in the industry they are talking about, normally that's because the speaker wants their words to have more of an impact or to come across with more authority than someone who doesn't have a source in the industry. According to Andy, his source works for multiple companies in the gaming industry, and they apparently told him that the companies keep hiring people who are just confused about their gender. His words, not mine. And that it isn't the executives who decide what games get made, but it's actually their employees, with the reasoning being that they want our money, so therefore they are on our side. But there is something Andy doesn't account for. I mean, the source doesn't account for. Because the executives want our money, then wouldn't it make more sense that they would pander towards specific groups or trends because they believe it will allow them to expand their audiences and therefore make more money from their products? And the source has a very poor understanding of how any industry works, as yes, the people at the top do make the decisions of which products are made or sold because they are the ones putting their resources into the development of these products. However, that's not to say that developers haven't been able to get their ideas greenlit in the past, but the way they have been able to accomplish that is by pitching their ideas to the executives, as everything goes through those in the ivory tower, as it's ultimately their decision of which games they want to fund the production of. So Andy in this narrative has a personal bias against people who are transgender, so therefore he puts the blame solely on those who make the games rather than those who make the decisions. And this is the guy who claims he has a real job. But Andy takes things a step further, as it's not merely enough to blame the developers for certain things, but he also accuses the companies of hiring PDF.
Anybody see what the fuck we going through right now? Like, yes, AndyPants is a fucking retard, but oh my God, does anybody fucking see what we going through right now? Does anybody see this shit? Like, look at what they doing. They fucking, bro, we fucking fan. Talk about fucking this shit up. Talk about low blood butter. I'm fucking dying now. Well, gotta die. I ain't gonna lie. When Sonic said talk about low budget flights, I always shudder the gas. OBS crashed. Probably.
Files, which is quite the allegation to make.
Ubisoft, you can't somehow freaking get a Splinter Cell reboot out, but you can create 10 programs so that troons and pedophiles and gay men are in your company.
Which is only opening yourself up to a potential lawsuit.
Because gay, homosexual retards run the industry.
But when people dared to call the guy who has a massive issue with the LGBTQ homophobic, Andy dedicates an entire video in response in Our Gamers
Really? Did I die or did I make it? What the fuck?
Homophobic, where the self-proclaimed Giga Chad runs around like a headless chicken for the duration of the video, presenting all kinds of arguments to try and defend himself from being branded as a homophobe. Basically, guys, you are mentally ill if you call him homophobic, but he is free to run around demonizing the LGBTQ for simply existing. Remember when I asked if Andy had any standards in content creation? Well, I guess we now know what those standards are. Double standards. Like he will cry freedom of speech if he gets banned, but if you call him homophobic, then you are of course mentally ill.
And I think you have to give it to Christians. Despite there being 2 billion of them regularly experiencing persecution, murder, and being butchered around the globe, not once have I seen Christians accuse anyone of Christophobia. Sometimes dominant groups will call their enemies blankophobic as a psyop to make them seem oppressed.
Buddy, I'm almost certain you call people pedophiles just to get them off your back. You call them mentally ill. You call them deranged. You have this idea in your mind that if you insult them, you get away with shit. Nobody.
And they're really the oppressor.
Like freedom of speech only applies to him, which will come up again later. But if you just so happen to work around people who just so happen to be women, gay, or even transgender, then Andy will just call you a beta cuck and calls it a day.
Just a room full of cucks. A room full of beta men.
But who is the real beta cuck here, Andy? People who get to make games for a living? Or the self-proclaimed Giga Chad who complains about the gender of the developers, as if that makes a difference in game development?
Guys, we want good storytelling, we want good gameplay, and you have to fire all of the women to do that. So far we've had one non-speaking man, one gay man, and 3 bossy women who should be at home raising children, but for some reason they're ruining our video games.
I want to demonstrate to you all why I despise this level of thinking, because it's only dominated towards one specific political group. Because none of the people who say this shit, none of the conservatives, let me be specific as fuck, none of the conservatives who say this shit say it about conservative women. None of these motherfuckers are telling Brett Cooper, stop fucking talking, go make a baby. Because Brett outclassed all of them and became a net positive. Because unlike these motherfuckers, Brett made the attempt to be, why the fuck are we near the bugs? Hold on, buddy. Gonna have to fucking leave. I'm fighting the Illuminati. Brett Cooper is a net positive. Because Brett Cooper, unlike damn near every fucking conservative and conservative woman, was actually relatable to a fucking point. Now, you could disagree with the motherfucker on some shit, but at least she was palatable. At least she was palatable. The rest of these motherfuckers are not. But it gets really fucking funny when these motherfuckers say out loud, hey, y'all need to be going make them fucking babies. But these niggas don't want to say it. Matter of fact, since we talking about Brett, why not just open this can of worms? Because I'm bored. What's the name of that fucking channel? Oh, the comment section. Jesus Christ. Hi, Captain Ragtag. How are you? I think you'll like the new Gundam video. Why? Are you talking about It's a Gundam? I saw him do a live stream of Marvel Rivals. Japan is tired of Fuck me. Fuck me. Explained in autistic detail is crazy. Fuck me. Why did you tell me about this? I'd have been fine. You know what? That'll be next. Not next stream, but the next thing we look at. I was supposed to, the comment section. Man, fuck you. You should have told me about that shit. Fuck you. Had a good Christmas. What'd you get for Christmas, bitch? Oh my God. Bro, I want y'all to understand. The comment section has lost 400,000+ subscribers. Like no fucking disastrous accusation, no criminal intent. They just replaced a host. They just replaced the host. They were at 4.52 a month ago. And because in these motherfuckers' minds, they thought you could just put anybody in the spot and it would be fine. They're not really aware that the viewership is down at a drastic fucking percentage.
Welcome.
Shut up, bitch. I want Brett. Brett's last fucking video has 1 million fucking views. The first video of the new host, 400K, that ain't too bad. 150K the next video, that ain't too bad. 98K, all right. We getting low from the average. 130K, that ain't bad. 120K, that ain't bad. 80K, all right, we dipping back down. And you know, before that, Brett had 500K, 600K, 400K, 400K, 500K, 1 million, 300K. All right, so like we teetering towards like average and going below the average. I feel like in like the next, I'm gonna give it a month from now, January 26th, I feel like they will officially have lost 1 million subscribers because of this. I have to wait until it gets to if it gets to 3.52, that'll be when they've lost 1 million. That'll be when they've lost 1 million. And where's Brett's channel? Has Brett uploaded has Brett done anything besides community post yet? Filter, channel. Brett, oh my, this bitch took all her fucking subscribe. She took all the ones on the friend. Oh my God. Look, a cookie and a dog and a hoodie, scarf, jacket. Oh, look, more dogs. I didn't notice them. I don't know. Behind you, look, like, come on now, a relatable individual. I hope she succeeds, while I hope people like this, AndyPants, fail.
But then Andy comes out with the grand idea to tell people that they need to go out and get jobs rather than staying at home playing video games, which is some sound advice. However, I just wish it was something he practiced himself.
You can also just straight up send me money on PayPal if you want to support what I'm doing. But guys...
Well, shite.
Guys, I have a wife, I have a daughter I have to take care of, and now I'm gonna have a job that I have.
Well, shite. Well, shite. Seems as if shit's done gotten funnier around here.
Have to actually do, and so these YouTube videos are going to become less and less frequent. If you guys can start supporting me and I can turn this into like a real thing and become an actual YouTuber, then bro, I'll make content 24/7 for y'all.
It's time to do the thing I talked about like 10 minutes ago.
I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow ye will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her.
Come on!
Leave.
Oh, happy boy. Oh, you followed me. Oh, you followed because of the Assassin's Creed music. You're a man or a woman of culture. We need more rationales like you.
Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is long and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. Oh, the wind was foul and the sea ran high. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. She shipped it green and none went by, and it's time for us to leave her.
I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we heard some stupid, and now we're feeling a little bit better about ourselves. And that is what truly means the most.
The rules for thee, but just not for me. So everyone else needs to get a job while he gets to e-beg on the internet. Very classy, Andy. However, with the success of one video on his channel, there had been one who had seen the masculinity in video games video and decided to look at things a little bit deeper, which is where Gamertron comes into the mix, as he decided he would be the one to expose Andy with the inconsistencies surrounding Andy's history, along with some other points that I don't really agree with. As Gamertron shows us that Andy before had disliked Asmongold, calling the streamer a grifter, but as soon as he reacts to Andy's video, he suddenly changed his tune, which just furthers that Andy's talking points can't be strong ones if he is so easily swayed.
I can't believe the morning I woke up and I was like, holy crap, like one of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, was like making a video, responding to my video, and for a second I was panicking. I was like, oh man, I hope he likes it. Like if he doesn't like this video, like I might kill myself. So there's this thing you see on YouTube.
God, what a British cigarette. Like, what the fuck? What do you see? Oh my God, fucking favorite YouTubers reacting to my video. I hope he likes it. Bro, go touch yourself. Jesus. Hold on, everybody. We got a first time chatter and motherfucker sent a paragraph. Hey Leon, this is my first stream. I watch your vids on YouTube. Love your vids. How was your Christmas? First of all, why are you spelling your wrong? And second, I had a great Christmas. Thanks for asking. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop being so mean when you people just casually ask me nice questions. Jesus. Yeah, it's you. Fuck you. You're worse. You're worse. And what tomatoes are shaved? You're fucking. Just. But Jesus. Thanks for asking. I found super samples. I matter more than all of you. Thanks for asking. Hearts of Violet. I had scale of 1 to 10. I had a 10 out of 10 Christmas. I was able to relax. I was able to fucking sleep. I made a steak. And yes, I did record it, so you know it's coming. But no, I wasn't mad. It was your first time chatting. You gotta put up the speed here. When I stream, I'm on 10. Especially early in the morning, which is my own mistake. Probably the worst time to interact with me is early in the fucking morning. Still no smoothie video? Fuck you, that's tomorrow. The Taco Bell Nuggets video is literally coming out in a couple hours. Damn! Why does motherfucker just whack? Whoa! Back up! Shit! The fucking Taco Bell Nuggets video is in a few hours, and then tomorrow is your fucking damn is the smoothie video. And then I gotta fucking add my voice to the steak one, and then you'll get what you want. Fuck. You know the benefit of me just having fun over like my little Christmas break is me just fucking being like, all right, now that I got more of a free time, they got Taco Bell nuggets now? Yes. And I will not tell you my opinions on them. You're going to have to watch my fucking video on my cooking channel, where for some reason I call it cooking, even though I also, I guess, review foods now on occasion. Because fuck it. Why are you marking the fucking laboratory to destroy and you walked away from it? You dumb fuck. Oh, because he already fucking called the hellbound. Mm-hmm. Violet, the more you potentially see my streams, whether on Twitch or YouTube, the more you're going to come to the realization. The game I play is going to make me more frustrated than any of you, unless I accidentally ban you from my fucking chat and then you come to my YouTube stream telling me your girlfriend fucking said unban you. Entrepreneurial mindset. I mean, fuck, somebody got to be the fucking entrepreneur around here. I did unban him. Fuck, leave me alone. Oh, get off my fucking back before I start kicking you motherfuckers again. Just because I'm fucking itchy.
YouTube a lot now, and it's called grifting, and you see people like Luke Stevens and Asmongold doing it a lot, and it just basically means these people have no integrity whatsoever. One of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, and it basically means you just regurgitate whatever the popular opinion to have right now is. One of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, you have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear.
On top of that, Andy previously said that Halo Infinite was an awful game full of wokeness, but in his earlier content, he actually enjoyed the game and thought it was worthy of being his second game of the year, just behind Deathloop.
Number 14, Deathloop. Deathloop was my game of the year 2021, and I'm not sorry about it. Halo Infinite is probably my number 2 game for that year, so this game was right up my alley, and I enjoyed every second of it.
That clip you just saw and heard came from the video 22 Underrated Games, uploaded by AndyPants Gaming on June 7th of 2024.
Which Gamertron did do a great job at listing the inconsistencies from his older channel, which led Andy to privating all of his older content in an effort to cover his tracks.
Oh, what a pussy. Like, what is with you people and your inability to why can't anyone just say, hey, at one point I thought one thing and now I think something different. Here's the reason why. When did that become the cardinal sin with you fucking YouTubers? When? When did we stop actually being normal and humans who, well, I don't fucking know, have differing opinions? Jeez, when did it become this gay? It couldn't have been. It couldn't have been Trump. Like, you people were this fucking weird before that. Like, it's just a fact. But it got more annoying. You people can't fucking hold conversations. You're devoid of an actual free thought. You got to be a part of this weird gimmick of people who exist to piss me off because you're inconsistent as fuck. This thing is about to electrocute me. I promise you, unless I fucking... Okay. I got rid of it. I was afraid it was going to electrocute me, and I was going to be very upset about that. But I called the hell bomb. It's time to go.
However, there were some weaker arguments in his video, such as when he makes the claim that Andy scammed his audience for an algorithm boost, when Gamatron doesn't really present anything to back up how this was clearly a scam. Basically, Andy promoted his Bible study group in one video and asked his viewers to comment Bible so that he would know who was interested in joining this exclusive group of his. But after the video, he didn't mention it again, when Andy seemed to have received over 80 submissions. So that could be the reason why he didn't promote it again, because he had been satisfied with how the promotion turned out. Which Andy then posted this to his community tab in Discord, which granted, it is pretty weird that you would go into the effort to show this, but Gamatron claims this to be doxing when the image shows no names, no contact details or addresses. It's just showing the general locations, so these individuals could literally be anyone, which I don't think you can claim this to be a dox.
If you truly value your faith and your relationship to God, then go and support your local churches, not some random gaming YouTuber on the internet. At the bare minimum, your local church isn't gonna dox you. I need a smoke.
Well, you know, if you bend your will to the faith, they won't dox you. But who knows what they'll do at any other point in time.
And I don't even smoke.
Like, I'm all for shitting on AndyPants Gaming, but this just seems to be making mountains out of molehills just for the sake of making someone else look bad. Regardless, the video had still been a good watch and helped in challenging Andy's positions on anti-woke content. However, if there was something that solidified Andy's descent into lolcow status, that would be when he made one crucial mistake, as in his community, people had spoken about 3 specific YouTubers, and so Andy made a video about them, where 2 of these don't really address criticisms on them, but one certainly does, with that one being the Act Man. In the video Woke YouTubers, Andy employs the same tactics as before, waffling on with nothing to show for it, noting that because they don't talk about the issues he addresses, then they aren't really being objective, where I can't speak.
This was such like a Jake Doolittle way of thinking. You don't talk about what I talk about, so you don't care, you get paid off. Or maybe that's not their content, or maybe that's not something they're really going to dive deep into, or maybe they don't want to because they're not capitulant slaves to an algorithm that demands you speak about things that you think are the most important things in the world. Boy, that Epstein list mattered for about a minute. Yeah, we survived. We did it, dudes. We stood up for nothing, and we just bitched on Twitter until we got tired, or until, you know, something came out that was way more important than us bitching about celebrities doing shit that none of them are in jail for.
For the other 2, Actman is objective when talking about if the games he reviews are good or bad products, but he speaks from the perspective of game design. It's called game review, not woke review, so obviously a game reviewer is going to talk about things within the design of the game, within the mechanics, the writing, and other things. But here is the thing, no YouTuber is obligated to speak on such topics if they choose not to. And another thing is that Actman's audience is going to him for his review, so they can come down to a decision whether or not it is worth them dishing out their hard-earned cash for the new title, not the conspiracy from a raving lunatic.
Anytime you watch an Actman video or a Skill Up video or a Bellular video, just know you are funding the current establishment of video games.
Are these motherfuckers working for Disney? Like, was this something I missed? Does Actman have the fucking corporate paperwork to be a part of, what does Critical Trigger call it? Because he's the only funny one who could do it. The Message. Like, does he have the fucking upper echelon contact at Disney to be like, all right, I know what these cheap fucks want. They want some of that sweet sustenance. Will you die? Jesus! I need to figure out I need to figure out a proper loadout class for dealing with the fucking Illuminate. I gotta figure this out. Cause I did just go in like half cocked. And it's not like I'm in dire straits here, but it's like, fuck, I be wanting to one-shot these motherfuckers, you know. I'm a true fucking hell diver, and a true fucking hell diver knows how to one-shot these pussies because they don't know what they're doing. Why am I being chased? Leave me alone, Illuminate, while I fucking scamper and reload. All right. I got a fucking 14 kill streak of that. I'm awesome.
You are funding the
Shut up, Janet.
LGBTQ games. You are funding woke games every time you watch Actman, Bellular, and Skill Up.
This is such like a douchey way to get people to stop watching somebody. Not explaining how they have any connection to any of these corporations. You just wanted to fucking sit here and say these guys are woke because reason, and if you watch them, you support this. Like, what the fuck? I have bad news for everybody. They're still making shit that these fucking idiots are gonna classify as woke. And they're gonna classify this shit as woke for no other reason other than I don't like it, which is fine. I'm not saying you have to like and consume everything, but Jesus Christ, expand your hatred past, insert word. Because insert word critique, it's just so boring. It's uninformative. It's akin to rage bait. Like it's just boring. It's just, oh my God, there's so many of them. Oh my God, there's so many of them. Oh God, there's so many of them. Oh God, there's so many of them. Oh God, there's so many Illuminati. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God, there's so many fucking Illuminati. Oh my God, that's a 30 kill streak. No! That's supposed to be a fucking 30 ball. Fuck you. I put my face on you. Fuck.
Conversely, every time you watch Endymion, Jay the Concept, Synthetic Man, Short Fat Otaku, or AndyPants, we are going...
How much longer do you think the anti-woke grift is going to last? Oh, they're all going to fucking last forever. Unless there's like a worldwide fucking ban on words that companies have to follow. Bro, everything y'all want to go away is still going to be here. None of that shit's going away. Chris seems to think political content is dead now or is close to dying. That is a horrendously hilarious wrong statement. For lefties and fucking righties, that's a horrendously wrong statement. That shit's still there because there's always going to be something to turn into a political stream. It's always going to be there. Whether you like it or not, whether you're a fan of the motherfucker who does it or not, it's going to exist no matter what. The best thing you could do, I know it's so I remember, I think I was on Shag's stream and somebody was there bitching about Star Wars, and I gave the easiest fucking thing: stop watching it. You get yourself so mad about all this shit, you could just stop watching it, and you'll be a little bit happier. You'll be a little bit happier. I don't know how happy you will be, but I will say if you stop consuming so much negative, you'll be a little bit happier with your life. For example, I'm going to keep using Oni as the fucking example. Oni just got tired of consuming either stupid negative or just depressing negative or both and progressed his or her life and has gone on to do great things. For example, I don't know Oni personally. I have stopped regularly consuming negativity on like an aggressive level and more so do it now on a moderate level to where I could have more fun. I was already having fun, but cutting this to where I'm forcing myself to fucking see stupid shit and I just casually see it makes the journey all the more fun. And I love it. What did I miss? No, nothing. We just started. 2 hours ago, but we just started. You didn't miss nothing.
Against the woke agenda and the
no.
woke mind virus.
Nothing. This is just 2 hours of fucking stream. You didn't miss nothing.
And like before, the Axeman had seen Andy's video, so they arranged a debate to be had, where it went as far as many could expect.
Does the fence ever hurt? Do the splinters ever hurt from sitting on the fence so much, bud?
Oh, so is this the route you want to go down?
This is the route I want to go down. Let's go.
Are you sure?
Dude, just unload the ammo on me. Dude, I'm ready.
Are you sure about this, man? Because I don't think you're cut out for this. I don't think you know how this game is played.
Sweetie, I am. I'm so cut out for it. Go ahead, dude.
Oh.
Go. You want to call me homophobic now or later?
I don't care about that shit, bro. I care about you being a fake.
Oh.
And that when the people find out who you really are, the leopards will eat your face.
Go for it. Go for it. I've changed. I'll be super transparent on what I've changed my position on and what I haven't changed my position on. I've always talked, even on my old Xbox channel, I talked about the woke garbage. It's just people didn't.
Content is dead. It's oversaturated. I still have a good time on YouTube just watching what I want. That's another thing. They got motherfuckers who make the same content better. Why do you think some of you love me? It's because I'm not standing in front of your fucking faces telling you that the world's gonna die if you vote woke. I'm telling you, you're gonna die anyway. Might as well just fucking have your dick out while you're doing it. Oh my God, there's so many of them. What the fuck? So many illuminant. Slop content. I guess that's the new phrase now. Because people don't want to accept the fact that they all produce like boring levels of shit. So they want to act as if, oh, I create highbrow content and it's just the same shit, but somehow worse. Bro, why can't y'all just have fun? I have fun. Don't you fuck you. This motherfucker would have ran into me, bro. I'd have fucking screamed. Leon is one of those good times. I mean, fuck, I got a video coming out 2 weeks after the fact regarding a bitch who slept with 1,000 men. It wasn't 1,000. It was we all thought it was 100. Apparently it was 101. Oh, to be the lucky guy to break the chain.
I didn't want to hear it at the time, and now my new channel, people want to hear about it, so I talk about it more. And do you agree that there has been a steep decline in masculinity in video games since that era of like 06, 07? Like, I know you love that era of games. Do you agree there's been a steep decline in masculinity since then in games?
Steep decline? I mean, there's obviously still instances of games that have masculinity.
Did I just get blown off the fuck?
Protagonist, sure, but you know
that girl looks so broken afterwards. Well, looks and how one actually feels, two different things. You know why? Because she's planning 1,000 men. Da, 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 da. We are a depraved society and we are all gonna die. Da, 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 da.
I would have to watch your masculinity video in its entirety. I think I watched about 7 or 8 minutes.
Okay.
And yeah, that one hit the algorithm. I noticed a change in the type of content your channel has. But to answer your question, if there's been a steep decline, how do you quantify masculinity? I mean, like the Doom games, like 2016, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages coming out. We just had Space Marine 2. That's pretty fucking masculine. I mean, Leon Kennedy, Resident Evil 4 remake.
Helldivers.
I think Leon Kennedy's a fucking badass, pretty masculine. Isaac Clarke, the Dead Space remake, pretty fucking masculine.
Exactly, but which is a remake of a 2007 game. I'm just saying that we had Medal of Honor, we had Sam Fisher, we had Ghost Recon, we had all of these great like masculine characters in.
So wait, he just gave you, even if one was a remake or two, he just gave you games. Did you just basically ignore that?
Games, and it seems like everything now is either a remake. Like what new, very masculine character has come in a game recently?
New?
Yeah.
Are you talking like entirely new franchise?
Right. It's not a remake of a 2007 game because that just proves my point that
Helldivers, Space Marine 2. Is Space Marine 2 a fucking remake? Or is that a fucking game? I'm getting in the fucking pod.
The games back in the day were more masculine and everything's feminine now.
I think you're just moving the goalpost because you were talking about masculinity in video games, and I gave you several examples of protagonists, but now you're saying, what about new characters? So you're kind of just moving the goalposts on this.
I don't have to move the goalpost. Dead Space is a remake of a 2007 game, so that proves my point. So,
Helldivers, Space Marine 2, God of War? The fuck? God of War? Hello? But I'm scared to know his take about God of War and the fucking DLC story.
But you disagree. You disagree that games are...
It's a sequel, so it's not a remake. Gotcha.
Or have been feminized. You disagree that masculinity is in decline in video games. Is that what you're saying?
I disagree with some parts of what you've said, yeah.
Okay. Has the check cleared for Payday 3?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, all right. Hit the bank account.
Yeah, sure did.
Okay.
It's great that someone is finally, like, you can finally confront me on that, man. Oh yeah, go for it.
Good. Because it was trash. I don't see how you could justify. I mean, right now there's like 5.
Do you want an actual explanation, or are you just looking for cheap gotcha moments? Because I'm telling you, man, my closet is clean.
Dude,
okay?
I do want.
And I have found a lot in yours.
Where Andy had prepared to be called things like homophobic or a bigot, like people had done in the past, but the Axeman pressed Andy on something he wasn't expecting: his religious beliefs.
Andy, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Has God taken the anger out of your heart?
Nope.
Why do you ask that?
Nope.
I just curious.
I mean, if you're...
Do you think... I want you to be... You don't have to be honest with me, but you got to be honest with him. Well, do you think where you're at right now,
you're not a Christian,
God has taken the anger out of your heart?
Wait, are you a Christian now? Do you believe in God? Because
I didn't say that. I'm asking you, man. I'm asking you.
Well, what does it matter if God doesn't exist? What does it matter?
What are you talking about? You think God doesn't exist now?
No, you said...
That's these motherfuckers get out of jail free card. They bank on somebody being... I'm about to say anti-Semitic, atheists, so that they can run that card. That don't work, buddy.
You're not a Christian earlier, so I assume you don't think God exists, so what does it matter?
Oh, so you're just making assumptions.
So you do believe that God exists?
I believe that God exists.
Okay, so you're not a practicing...
How's the new war bond? It's annoying as fuck. It's only annoying because I got to get all these fucking medals to fucking go through the war bond. But fuck, it's not... I got a car. I got a new car. If that matters. I got a car with a gun on it. I do want this fucking anti-tank emplacement because I feel like this would move the fucking mountains, and I do mean move them.
Would you call yourself a Christian?
No, I don't go to church. I don't practice religion.
Okay.
I mean, there's like non-denominational people who don't ascribe to like, at least from my understanding,
right?
Different denominations. There's so many interpretations of Christianity, but
I will
asking you.
I will pray about that, and thank you for bringing that to my attention, and I will consider that.
Consider what?
That your question about me being hateful, and like as a Christian, I do have to consider that stuff. Like I don't want to be hateful. You have to
look. But you have to decide how you want to pursue internet fame. What path do you want to go down? Because like I've told you, I've seen some of your other older videos that you've tried to hide from your audience, and some of them are good. Some of them are good. You had a video about how Fallout New Vegas has the best quest design, and it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. You should do more stuff like that and not pander so much to the gays are destroying our video games crowd.
Well,
it's like, sure. Yes, but the boy who cried wolf, okay? So it's hard to find the wolf when every fucking time a new game comes out, it's woke, and the gays are ruining it. Every fucking time a new video. You just said 100% of the games that come out are woke. Every single fucking one of them, okay? This is a boy who cried wolf scenario, and
I see you got the Killzone DLC. Bro, you worry about what I got. I'm cooling.
Okay.
So I can't, how am I supposed to take, am I just supposed to believe in what you say blindly?
Dude,
are you the ultimate arbiter of what's gay and woke and all this? You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I'm just saying it's odd that you never talk about it. It's odd that you never talk about it.
What I've always made fun of and criticized on my channel is bad faith critique of video games and the medium of video games. And people make bad faith arguments on the left, people make bad faith arguments on the right. Okay? I don't discriminate against either of those. It's all fair game. Okay? It's all fair game. So I don't fence it. I don't play both sides.
Dude, of course you do. You said you did in a video.
And you know what's crazy? Motherfuckers. I'm bringing in my own personal trauma now. I despise every motherfucker who's called me a fence sitter because I don't fucking bend to their will and hang on their side. I'm sorry that I don't want to fucking be a part of a side full of people who drastically are inconsistent about every single fucking thing they talk about, or they have some lame duck fucking excuse to bring up when their fucking side is clearly in the fucking wrong right now. Do any of you pay attention to what the fuck is going on in politics right now? The fucking conservatives bitched to the fucking moon about billionaires being a part of government decisions. And now that Elon is a Trump supporter and he's a billionaire and he's sticking his nose in the House and Senate's fucking business, which he shouldn't be doing. Apparently that's all cool because fuck it. Whatever's done on that side is perfectly normal and fine when it's not. It's all just a fucking headache.
You said I don't want to talk about politics.
That's politics in the real world, not in video games. Come on, bro.
It's the same thing, dude. You're still
no, it isn't. No, it isn't.
How fitting? Because you don't want to piss off the leftists because that would interfere with your bag. I get it.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard. Hey, that's why I asked. Did God allow? Has He taken the hatred out of your heart? And you don't have to answer that to me or your audience or anybody, but you will have to answer that to Him.
Dude. There's certain activities and actions that God says are shameful and says are sinful, and so
and the ninth commandment.
I'm taking a stand for Christ every single day that I make my YouTube channel and that I make videos. I'm taking a stand for truth. I'm taking a stand for God, and so I don't have to be ashamed about any of that.
No.
As opposed to playing both sides and like kind of claiming to be a lukewarm Christian and like, oh, I'm gonna
lukewarm Christian. No. Don't misinterpret. Don't.
Like, I don't actually believe anything. Versus like I'm standing on God's word. I'm a Christian and I'm standing on those values and I make videos about it.
I think. Well, here's the thing. Here's that. You remember that Overwatch diversity chart that leaked?
Yeah.
So stuff like that, stuff that is tangible. I cover stuff like that. It's not like, oh, this female character doesn't have rockin' double D boobs. Wokeness? Woke? I don't make shit like that, okay? But when it's something tangible, when it's like an internal document at Blizzard that shows that they're grading their characters based on a set of diversity charts and numbers, yeah, I'll cover that because that's fucking insane. That's actually something for me to point at and say, wow, this is like a really bad mindset to make video games with instead of like some creative inspiration when now we're tokenizing everybody.
All right, dude. Well, thank you for letting me roast you. And dude,
look, man, you did a really bad job of it. I'm gonna be straight up. And like,
props to you for coming on. And it takes some balls to come on here and let me like interview you and roast you. And respect, dude. I really appreciate it.
Next time, come up with better roasts and don't just copy comments.
Am I batshit insane for saying I still am correct in avoiding talking to YouTubers I disagree with? Because there's no point. All this, oh, he's scared, all this extra shit, it's a waste of my time. We disagree, we don't like each other, you said some dumb shit, critique, I go to bed. It ain't gotta be no big spectacle to fucking walk away with my dick hanging out saying, I don't really want to talk to this guy. I just want to call him stupid, go about my fucking day. I call him stupid, go about my day, and enjoy myself. Because, unfortunately, there are no minds being changed there's no online conversation where a mind is being changed. It's just, hey, let's bitch at each other. Yeah, people are so far up their own ass in their beliefs, no one wants to have their minds changed. You know, I subscribe to that method where you have to. Because it's either subscribe to that method or have someone yell at you through the ether and be like, oh, fuck, let's argue about it. Excuse me? Not on Christmas Day? Not on Boxing Day? Bed? Me and my bed made love. Fuck that. Why did you fucking do this? Why did you do that? You know, I was in my bed, nuzzling up with my blanket. You know what I'm saying? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, and it burned. Jack Frost at your nose.
Copy insults from your comment section. I think deep down you're actually a smart guy, and you're capable of. There's a lot to roast me on. I mean,
yeah,
you know.
All right, I'll work on that. Bye, guys. Thank you.
As you can see, the debate didn't exactly go to plan, with Andy committing the anti-woke sin, with that being disabling the comment section, which is funnier when you realize that he used to make fun of those who welcomed debates, but then did the same thing.
He took down the comments for the video and then basically kind of deleted it.
Just for context, he obviously disabled likes and dislikes, so not even the extension would work. But what's fascinating is that this is the first time ever I've seen a creator self-flag his own video for an age restriction.
But when the Axeman had...
Why? What a half-wit. Who the fuck requests their own video to be age restricted? What the fuck about a debate with a motherfucker named The Act Man warrants a fucking age restriction? Y'all not talking about how you both were on Epstein Island. The fuck? Y'all gotta... fuck, every time I stream, I find out why I'm correct. And it's why I'm embarrassed about how I got humbled throughout my life, but you know what? I'm thankful for the fact that I embarrassed myself enough to get humbled. That way I don't have to fucking do whatever the fuck these freaks do online. I'm embarrassed at the mistakes I've made in my life, but you know what? It humbled me. I got humbled drastically, and it meant something.
And re-uploaded the debate he partook in on his second channel, Andy, without warning, struck the video down, which, as we have seen with Dark Viper, caused a huge uproar to commence within the community, with even people who were critical of the Axeman in the past coming to criticize Andy over this. And after the debate, Andy had decided that he would make a new video where he acts like he won the debate, and the Axeman had declined a second debate with him when Andy lost the debate because he couldn't argue his way out of a paper bag.
So a few weeks ago, I had the Axeman on my stream to have a casual chat about wokeness in video games. He denied that women in games are becoming uglier. He denied that games are becoming less masculine, and he denied that games are becoming more woke. A few days later, he made a video making fun of the idea that there was wokeness in games, and got absolutely bodied by his followers.
I don't know, man. If I had a fucking video that had more likes than dislikes, I feel like I didn't get bodied. I just feel like I did my thug dizzle. And motherfuckers are just along for the ride for me to do my thug dizzle. Motherfuckers don't like when you do your thug dizzle. They try to get mad at you for doing your thug dizzle. 54 to 12, and that's a loss. Fuck, I hate to see what he think is a win.
Finally, I invited the Axeman to come back on my stream and have an actual debate, and of course he pussied out and canceled.
However, if we look at the message, we can see that the text looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? And not how it would normally appear on Discord. Like, did he think people wouldn't compare the bold text in this message with other messages that have no such effect? What world does this guy live in? After this, Andy decided to host a live stream where people could call in, but once Andy couldn't weasel his way out of the conversation, he did what all internet warriors do, and that's kick them from the call.
I think God judges people based on the information that they have, and I think the Bible teaches that. So if somebody has never heard the gospel...
I don't even know why motherfuckers do this. Like, why do you want to talk to your community? That sounds fucked to say. It's like something wrong with y'all, but no, nothing's wrong with you people. The literal last time I had like a YouTuber speaks to fans live stream, you fuckers deviated from my fucking topics to fucking yell and scream about shit. Can you drive? Drive! A fucking napalm is coming! Drive! Why are we leaving samples? Grandma not mad. Grandma hurt.
I don't believe that God sends them to hell because it seems incredibly unfair to me, and I think the Bible backs that up.
You think the Bible backs it up? You're just gonna shoot them?
No, I think no. There's verses to back that up. All right, guys, we got to move on from here. But Fish Tennis, I appreciate you coming on. Thank you.
Hey,
what's up?
So I just want to understand what are your objections against like Axeman, Skill Ups, and Benua. Like, can you explain to me what are your aversion towards those three YouTubers and why are you so against the LGBTQ messages? Just so I can understand it.
Because there's an obvious push. There's an obvious push in video games now, pro depravity, pro LGBT, anti men, pro women.
Pro depravity, bitch. If you played any Grand Theft Auto game, hello, like depravity. First of all, it's depravity. But have you considered any Grand Theft Auto game? Is that supposed to be like the neat and fresh love story, or is that just like grit? Week in, week out.
And pro uglification of women, just all that garbage. And those three guys don't ever talk about it at all.
But are they supposed to though?
Yes. They're video game.
No, they're not supposed to. No. What is this supposed to mindset that we have here? You're supposed to do it. Like, why? Why are you supposed? What gun is this? What the fuck? What gun is this? I don't think I have this, and I want it. I'm not getting in the car with these individuals. I'm instead just gonna fucking drive my way out of this fucking scenario as best I can. Why can't I get out of this? Why can't I? What a lag. What a fucking lag. What a lag, what a drag, and what a lag.
Video game commentators.
Yeah, but it's their YouTube channel though.
Oh yeah, no.
Are they allowed to dictate how they want to run their YouTube channel?
This is my YouTube channel, and I can criticize other YouTube channels.
No, I agree. You're allowed to do so. That's what I'm trying to understand. Is like, why do you feel the need? Like, I'm trying to understand why do you feel the need to criticize them? And
because it's my channel, and I can say what I want.
Okay, I see. All right, that's what I thought. I'll leave that.
Here's like my issue is like the intent of you going into it. You sound very vindictive. You're going into it. No. Like because you're going into it saying, well, if he makes a video on me, then I have to make a video on him. I have to take it.
Don't you love when your fucking audience holds you to a fucking standard that you set, but because you're a whiny bitch, you try to weasel your way out of it? You remember like when them fucking hurricanes would come in and I told you motherfuckers people bank on y'all not doing research? This is what happens when you fucking do that and you market yourself off of that, and then there comes a time where it's your turn for people to see how poor you do research.
I know there's shit in his closet, but like, don't come from that angle. You need to come from an angle of you're looking after your integrity, like your personal thing. But it seems like you're so hell bent on trying to take him down a peg. Personally.
No, dude, no. Well, but you didn't listen to what I just said. What I said just before that is I'm willing to take this as a lesson learned. Like I'm not.
So learn the lesson, bro. Like don't focus on we need to take down the Aquaman.
All right. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate you. I appreciate your thoughts. That gave me something to think about. I'm gonna move on to.
Oh, there you go, boys. Jesus, why did you call me sweetie too? That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say anything, but bro, why? It's so gay.
In another conversation in the same live stream, Andy devolves by resorting to petty insults and being overly annoying by repeating what the other person has to say over and over again in a stupid voice.
Kiddo, I love diversity. I'm totally fine with diverse characters in games, but do you not see how 3 black women in a game and not a single white person is a little bit wacky?
As a racist, I struggle to understand what's the point here. It's wacky that you don't have a white character in a fucking game. It's wacky. Like as a racist and a racist professor and a racist expert, it's wacky. Like that's it. You ain't got nothing else to say about it. It's just wacky. It's wacky. It's fucking wacky. It's wacky, bro. What the fuck? Oh, we only got 6 more minutes left. We got 6 more minutes.
I mean, I don't see how it's a point.
I don't see how that's a thing worth bringing. Like, I don't see how that's
weird. So you don't think it's a teensy bit weird to have 3 black women in a game and not a single white dude? You don't think that's like a little bit weird?
It just kept going. Do you think it's a teensy bit weird? Not a full, just a teensy.
Well, I think
like a lot of white dudes play games.
Well, I think in that sense, what I think, right, is sure that's weird. However, is it really a big enough talking point to be like, oh, well, this guy didn't mention this, so they're a woke liberal cuck pushing communist liberal agenda? Like, I don't see how that's like a big enough talking point to try and actively use that against another creator to try and call them woke and say, you know, the corporations are using them as a mouthpiece.
Well, clearly everybody disagreed with you because they loved my video.
Okay, well, now we're just arguing like numbers and whatever. Now we're just like, well, ratio. Is that what we're using Twitter logic now?
Brother, what is the cuck chair like? Because you sound like a leftist.
Take your time, young man. Mama used to say, don't you rush to get home. And Mama used to say, take your time, young man. I miss my wife, Tails. I miss my wife. I'll be back.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Hello. So when's the video about AndyPants? You want me to fucking do that, don't you? You want me to hurt. You want me to hurt for your fucking enjoyment. You're probably never gonna get it. You're probably never getting that fucking video. I'm just gonna say that with a straight face. You'll probably never get it. Without you, I would have lost it all. But now I see. I'm sorry. I know you're all not here for that.
I mean,
join the culture war. The problem with that is the people who talk about that, they're not doing anything of substance for the culture. Listen, I'll never fucking go to any of these fucking political cons, especially for them conservatives, because I'm gonna just walk in there and say somebody in there thinks that it was God's will a 10-year-old got raped, and I walk out. I'm not about to ruin my mental state for that. And also, this motherfucker's using StreamYard. What a pussy.
I mean, I guess if we're gonna act like children here, then how? Oh, he kicked me. He kicked me. Oh, look at this.
And this live stream had been so bad that he deleted or privated the VOD so no one could see him act in this way. So others had re-uploaded the stream onto their channels, which is why we could actually see this footage. But eventually Andy had removed the strike on Actman's second channel, with the reasoning being that he didn't know it would cause such an uproar on the internet when he has been around since, 2006? So he really doesn't have an excuse for that.
If you had to be drafted into a war, well, I'm joining the Helldivers. I'm joining the Helldivers and I'm going AWOL.
On top of that, he claims he saw it as someone re-uploading his content.
Actman, how can I use this for content? Exactly. Hopefully it's mutually beneficial. He can use me for content, I can use him for content. It's fine.
But I think it's clear that this wasn't out of concern for his IP, but because the Actman allowing comments on his side, while Andy didn't, made him look bad. And so he struck the video down out of pettiness. But after this, something else happened that I think you will find very funny. As Rince had uploaded a video showing us what Andy had said to one of his friends in the DMs.
Have you just given up on YouTube? Dude, why would you think it's a good idea to DM my friend Destructor the N-word while I was streaming? What in your mind made you think, yeah, that's a really smart thing to do, especially with all the drama I'm in right now? Do you not realize how much ammunition you're giving me? Do you not realize how much fuel you're giving me for my channel?
The last thing I want to touch on today is when Andy reviewed a game coming from a company he said was going to save us from the wokeness gripping the West, but now it's a different story.
I combed over every detail of the GTA 6 trailer. I noticed they have no problem stereotyping and poking fun at black people.
My ass itches hearing these fucking voices speak about video games. Him, Tim Pool, like it's just a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they talking about. And it's just so annoying. It's like, Jesus Christ. Oh, but don't you guys worry. The real Game Awards will fucking save gaming. Why? Fuck if I know. Fuck if I know. I just know they're gonna save us. From what? Fuck if I know. I just know they're gonna save us. How? Fuck if I know. I just know they're gonna save us.
They have no problem stereotyping and poking fun at white people. But did you notice a suspicious absence of them making fun of the LGHDTV community?
It itches. It hurts.
Rockstar, come on. Women's sports with a dude with a giant schlong, beta cuck men who are both feminists yet also can't define what a woman is, misgendering people. These people are walking jokes, and these jokes write themselves.
Okay, so because Rockstar didn't show off any LGBTQ stereotypes in the trailer, then it's a bad thing. But if they show representation, then they are automatically woke. Which one is it, Andy? You can't have it both ways, buddy. In conclusion, AndyPants Gaming is a class.
I'm this fucking close to this goddamn real Game Awards video. And I was gonna make it steadfast if I saw a fucking woke category. But I know the fucking excuse that's gonna be thrown out for these fucking idiots is that, oh, it's a joke, it's a joke, it's a joke. Oh yeah? After fucking marketing it as you're taking games back, now it's a joke? When you get chewed out? $30 to fucking vote? Yeah, bro. All that. Bag that rice.
Classic internet warrior, a remnant of Gamergate talking points and insults, where he whines about how games are becoming more woke and less offensive as time progresses, to the point his argumentation turns bad faith. And through his disdain of the LGBTQ, Andy brings up things such as the developer's sexual orientation, what gender they identify as, and what lies between their legs, when those things are pretty irrelevant to the subject of video game review. This isn't about...
Fuck, yeah, if it was a joke, how come people paid $1,000? Yeah. Fuck, what a joke. I wish I was in on it.
Wanting games to become better, but it's more about what Andy believes in, with him playing Bible semantics to the extreme, believing being gay or trans is sinful and immoral. But this tough guy persona he prances around as in his videos is just that, a persona, as if you are lucky enough to get in.
Bro, nobody's tough on the internet. We're all just fucking talking out of our asses. You like the last stream, y'all saw two conservatives fight, and it was the weakest shit ever, where a dude walked off because I guess he didn't feel the shock of his balls getting hit immediately. And the ricochet fucking came and got him, and he had to leave.
Into a call with this guy.
And they both started bitching at each other on Twitter. Ooh.
He transitions into a complete mess. No wonder he is so insecure about masculinity, because this guy lacks it entirely. But is this some grift Andy has been playing up, or is it just delusion? Well, maybe it could be a bit of both.
I think it could be, walk with me on this one. It's a sad, pathetic man clinging to something to make himself look cool, and this is it. And because there's no such thing as actually vetting stupid motherfuckers, the losers who don't make video games have accepted him with the weakest of open arms, and I do mean indeed the weakest.
Both, as yes, Andy does prioritize the content that does well, but he also has a disdain for the LGBTQ. But I think Andy is just using the popularity around his masculinity video as an excuse to go after the specific groups he doesn't like, to validate how he really feels about them, regardless if he believes in the anti-woke stuff or not. It's all fair game to him. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing more of AndyPants Gaming, but let me...
I did not enjoy seeing all of that, but I did like this video, you informative British man. If only our countries weren't at war, I'd share drinks with you. All right. Was it Link that fucking told me about this fucking video? I don't want to fucking hear people's opinion about Dan to Dan anymore, regardless of this fucking fan art. But I have to do it. Why? Because I'm John Cena, recognized.
Classic animes are...
Oh God, why is that the first word I hear in classic animes? 1.5.
Yes, who had another gender adventure?
What does this have to fucking do with that?
Anime becoming popular in the West was a mistake. Ranma, one half.
No, it wasn't. It actually opened the door for a lot of more people to enjoy a media that is actually fucking entertaining.
Makes you
I get tired of you fucking losers. Where was all this love for anime when I was a kid? It was there, but because of your lack of ability to be on the internet at the time, you really weren't gonna see it, Buster. Also, I don't know why you're looking to be accepted You need to be in tune with yourself.
Bi and trans.
Great.
The Hollywood and Netflix adaptations of cult classic animes are another sign of the creative rot we have.
You're towing a line right now because it was brought to my attention that the One Piece adaptation is actually pretty okay and decent. Now, yes, as somebody who's not really a fan of One Piece, I don't hate it. I just never watched it because I can only watch a few series that are that long at a time in my life. I'm struggling to understand how we're blanketing this statement as if that adaptation is trash.
To endure, marketed as made for modern audiences. More often than not, these live action adaptations are trash. And if they aren't pure dog water, people believe them to be great shows because this time they didn't get pink eye from the creative equivalent of a fart in the face. Kageguri, live action, American adaptation revealed by Netflix. Netflix adapting an anime and making characters randomly black? How creatively brave and not at all predictable or tiresome.
Hello, YouTube. I'd like to report a hate crime on the YouTube and notice it's a Gundam.
For those of you that don't know, there's a war going on. It just happens to be taking place on Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it. And
that means it doesn't matter. Wait a minute. These are the same mother. I don't know if it's a Gundams in this category. How many motherfuckers are running around on Twitter saying it's not a real place, but they see there's a big shift happening on X and Twitter, and they treat it like it's important. Does Twitter fucking matter or does it not?
And it's between the black Twitter anime editing community and the Japanese people on Twitter.
This is fine.
This is a common art style that has become prominent on Twitter in the last few years now. And it's called, and I quote, blackwashing of characters. This is where people edit screen caps from anime or draw popular anime characters to make them black. Now I want to preface this by saying the same people turning anime...
I can't fucking deal with this music in the background.
...characters black and cheering are the same people that are so quick to scream if a character that's perceived to be a minority is even made one shade too light in fan art. Or, God forbid, someone uses a hairstyle that's only for black players, and I quote, on a white character in a video game.
As seen in 2020, the year that gave us the summer of love and the wacky equity wars.
Strike 1, 2, and 3. We're done here. We're not done with the stream. We're done with that. Copyright be damned. Copyright be damned. Instead of blackwashing or whitewashing pre-existing characters, it's fan art. You could do whatever you want with that. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want with fan art. You can literally do whatever you want with fan art. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You do not have to make an original character with fan art. You can make these fucking characters bald with cancer. Fan art. It's not real. It's not going to be a part of the story. It's not going to be a part of the ethos at all. It's not going to be there. These think pieces are derivative. You know, there's this small fucking controversy around Disney fucking taking out a trans story arc in a TV show. And for a split second, I gave a fuck. But then somebody made the excellent fucking point. Disney sitting there saying, oh, this is a serious subject matter that parents need to have with children. This is the same company who shows you parents dying in front of their fucking children. Getting murdered. Topics about adoption and abandonment. Suicide. The fuck, Disney? You can't just turn coat on me like this. But hey, I said strike 3 for a reason. We copyright be damned. Let's fucking enjoy our time together. Fucking forgot that I had this on 1.5 speed. Fuck the copyright again.